Not an OKC hater.
I am not.
I've been campaigning for OKC. I've been by myself. It's cool.
Yo, welcome to the panel. We got another episode. It is Friday. It's going to be a very good episode. You guys see the title of the show. Klay Thompson makes a big splash in his Mavericks debut. But there were some other things that happened last night that I can't wait to talk about. My man Penn kind of summed it up all together. Yes, Swiper, your arch nemesis. He said this is going to be a good one. Russ lovers in shambles.
You have to pay attention to someone for them to be an arch nemesis.
Randall haters in shambles.
It's Batman and Joker.
Haters in shambles.
It's Swiper and there's no one else. There's no arch nemesis.
So Ox isn't your arch nemesis?
No. Ox is my friend.
He isn't your arch nemesis?
Friend.
No. Best friend. Not just friend. Best friend.
Best friend.
Okay. Get it correct.
Klay detractors and Wemby boosters like myself in shambles.
And this one right here. And this one right here too.
What I do?
And this one right here too. Don't leave this one right here out. Yeah, this one right
what
here.
I do? Which one applies to me? I don't know.
The last one.
What, Wemby?
Yes.
Oh.
We got some things to talk about with Wemby?
Yes, we do.
I mean, he's about as...
We do.
He's still flawed offensively.
Yes, he is. And Mars, what you had said previous about Wemby, I mean, I did some homework and I watched him last night. I didn't watch a lot of him, but I watched enough to recognize that what we want from him, it's not there yet. It's coming though. It's 100% coming. It's just not there yet. He still easily gets pushed off the box. One of the main reasons why you saw him shoot 8 threes last night was because he couldn't get anything going in the post. Because he couldn't get anything going in the post, he had to now settle for shooting the long ball. Chris Paul, for all intents and purposes, I am sorry to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, he is washed. I'm sorry. I know what you guys. I know what you guys.
It's not November. It's not November yet.
Can y'all hear me?
I can't even say I'm winning the Fred VanVleet argument because the way Fred played, I can't even say I'm winning that right now.
I think about. I want to stay on Wemby though, right? I want to stay on Wemby because we get wrapped up in wanting a guy to be something that he's not yet, that he's gonna be. But because, he's in Mars's estimation, he's the best prospect that Mars has ever seen. So because he's the best prospect that he's ever seen, when he comes out, he's got to do everything that we think he's got to do everything that we think he's gonna do right now. He can't be the best player in the league in 5 years. No, he got to be the best player in the league today. He can't be the best defensive player in the league in year 6. No, he got to be the best defensive player in the league today. He's got to do all of this stuff right now when he's clearly not ready. I'm watching him post up. Against, because I didn't watch a lot of the Spurs game. I was glued to the game of the night, which was the Minnesota-Sacramento game. I watched that. I actually watched that game.
That was a hell of a game, chill.
Yeah, I was glued to that game. But I watched early, and I watched enough. He had Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford had him on the box. Daniel Gafford is clearly pushing him from 7 feet to 14 feet. If I'm operating at 7 feet, that's where I'm trying to operate at. If I'm getting pushed out to 14 feet, now my rhythm is thrown off. There's something different now that I want to do or that I have to do as opposed to what I want to do. Wemby as a rim protector. I think that stuff is going to be there. I 100% believe it's going to be there, but he still misses reads. He still gets pushed around in the paint. Now, guys thwart their way away from him off the strength that he's a bigger guy, and he swats shots away. I won't argue that. But there's still a lot of flaws in Wemby's game that need to be cleaned up and that are going to be cleaned up. He's just not there yet. He's just not.
Chill.
He's flawed.
Go ahead, Mars.
He's flawed. I mean, these are flaws I've acknowledged in terms of strength, shot selection. He's not a great driver because his handle is so high. I mean, and he's going to get pushed off his lane. So he's offensively, he's flawed, and defensively, he's flawed fundamentally. He just has the greatest tools to make up for it. I just think he's still, now last game notwithstanding, last game wasn't an indicator of this, but just over the course of a season, and especially the last 3 months of his rookie season, he's just still, even with all of his flaws, just making an impact that would put him in the top 20 of the NBA. Now, that's including all of the flaws that I have willingly and will continue to acknowledge as long as they are there.
Sure.
He's just so impactful despite the flaws. And a lot of that is because, like you always say, he's not a great defender. He's just bigger than everyone. Sure, I agree. But him being bigger than everyone is why he's able to be such an impactful defender. So like that's what makes Wemby so special to me, is that even with all of the flaws, the floor FLOOR is so high because of the tools he has.
Right.
So I agree with all the flaws he has, but that's what makes him so intriguing, is that even with every weakness he has, everything you said about Wemby is undeniably true. He's not strong enough right now. He takes way too many threes because of his inability to get deep inside position and get easier shots for himself. He's still not a very good screener. Defensively, his footwork isn't great. His IQ occasionally isn't great. All of those things are true. But he's still so impactful that I'm still certain he's one of the 20 best players in the NBA.
Is it because
That's
you see
how
it?
impactful it
Is it because you see what it's gonna be as opposed to what it is right now? Because we see what it's gonna be, and he's still. Don't get me wrong. I want to make sure that I'm clear here when I say that I don't think Wemby's whack. Okay, under no circumstances am I sitting there going, "Hey, Wemby's whack." No. When you see, I feel like when you see something from a guy, we automatically want it to be like that on a consistent basis. And the reason why it's not that with Wemby on a consistent basis is because he's young. He's not there yet. He still has a lot of things to work on. Like I talked about, defensive reads, understanding how to close out and then get back to the basket, stuff like that. When a guy is coming to the when a guy is coming to the paint, to thwart him away from the paint, but then get back and stay connected to your man. Rudy Gobert is great at that. Rudy Gobert isn't good at that. Rudy Gobert is great at that, which is why Rudy is such a great rim protector, because he's able to stay connected to his man so he can block shots. Wemby isn't there yet. He's going to get there, however. He's just not there yet. But the problem is that he's so damn impactful, like to your point, is that the stuff that you see in increments, people get confused and want to see it all right now, and it's not there yet.
I mean, I'd like to think, because I'd like to think I'm perfect. I'd like to think I'm not ranking him off potential. I'd like to think that if I was ranking him off potential, I'd say he's the best player in the world already, because the flashes are best player in the world stuff.
Sure.
Flashes defensively when he's fully engaged and when everything's going right and his timing is perfect and his feet are all set and he's able to guard on the perimeter, move his hips and then recover on a block. All the flashes are there. The reason I don't have him as the best player in the world or even top 10 is because of not the inconsistency of the flashes, but because of the flaws you've alluded to. That limits his impact somewhat. But I just think right now, all flaws included,
sure,
he's just that good on a game-to-game basis, a possession-to-possession basis. He's that impactful. Him taking up whole sides of the court defensively because of his length and his ability to move around
super
the court
chat just say
is impactful.
Well, hold on. Before I get to that, we got some other $20 super chats. So we're going to go ahead and respect the viewers.
Lively is
respect the
4-0
super
versus
chatters.
Wemby.
Respect everybody that's viewing the show.
Nice.
And you guys respect the show too by hitting that like button. This is the first super chat I'm going to get to. Drink More Water actually sent this before the show. Shout out to Drink More Water. Y'all know the face. Y'all know the name. Y'all know his game. He said, wasn't really a Chet fan going into the draft due to size. But if he's going to play defense like last night, he can easily be in the DPOY race.
Mm-hmm.
What did Chet do different? What did Chet do differently defensively defending Jokic compared to Rudy and AD?
They didn't do it. What they did is what Dallas does, which is they double immediately.
Yeah, he got more help. That's what happened.
Yeah,
he got more help.
It looked way different when you get jumped right from the door.
Right. He got more help, and OKC have such mobile guys on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That, by the way, Jokic, I spoke about Şengün's inability to make those skip passes out of doubles. Jokic might be the best.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah,
but so he's still able to dissect that. But over the course of a game, you're gonna get enough wins doing that. And Chet still holds his own. He does his work early. The narrative of Chet's lack of physicality because of his frame, I don't know how much more I don't know how much more you need to see him be one of the most physical bigs in the league before we just acknowledge that he's one of the most physical bigs in the league. He's fully willing to absorb contact. He initiates contact. On his drives last night, I don't know what we spoke about, how Wemby's not strong enough to be able to drive. You see Chet driving last night. Guys are trying to push him, and he's still getting to his spot. He's getting to the front of the rim. He's getting. Chet's really good. I tried to tell you guys he was really good. But you guys bought into the 7'1", 190 stuff. But I don't know what more you guys need to see.
You guys like who, Mars? I mean, can we get to the bottom of that?
The world who was doubting Chet's ability to translate to the NBA. The world who said once Chet got injured his first year and missed this whole year, that was the proof that he wouldn't be able to hold up. The world who keep telling me that Chet just can't handle physicality. That world, those people. Chet's gonna substantially clear any conversations of who the second best player in the Thunder is. it's going to be clearly him. It already was, but for the masses, it's going to be clearly him. Mm-hmm. Defensively, he was immaculate last night. His passing decisions were much better. His driving ability was fantastic. Now, the three-point shot, I don't know how I feel about it. I think he's just going to be a solid three-point shooter. I don't think he's going to be like a 40% guy. I think he's going to be a solid three-point shooter, provide spacing. But everything he does for OKC, besides the fact that he still slips every screen, but that's just because of he's not going to be a great screener. But they've built that into their offense and they're able to make do with that. But everything he does in terms of the versatility he provides on both sides of the ball, the rim protection, when we talk about the fundamentals and everything Wemby lacks as a fundamental defender, Chet has them. Fundamentally, he's one of the more polished rim protectors, especially at his age, that I've probably ever seen. And that might be hyperbolic. But in terms of just fundamentally sound, straight verticality, always trying to contest with two hands where he can, making sure that he's not jumping out of plays. Like, fundamentally, he's just very sound. He just doesn't have an 8-foot wingspan.
To expand on your point, Mars, is he more fun with him being more fundamentally sound than Wemby? Today, how far apart, I was about to ask you defensively, how far apart are they?
I think they're both. Well, I think Wemby is a top 5 defender in the league, and I think Chet is, if he's not top 5, he's right outside, like 6 or 7. So, like,
hold on.
I don't
just to be clear. Let me in this. Chet is a better defender than Wemby because he's just more sound than Wemby. Wemby doesn't have the consistent ability to be able to affect the game to the same way because he doesn't understand it. But I don't think. And let me define better as in Chet is just more. Because Chet, his IQ is where it is already. He's just able to utilize his body and his length in ways that Wemby is not consistently able to do. And in particular with this matchup versus Denver. Now, granted, Wemby doesn't have the same defensive personnel around him as Chet does. So Chet, and by nature of the scheme, like, again, when the Nuggets played the first 3 quarters, every time Jokic got the ball within 10 feet of the rim, they were doubling. Because they weren't even going to leave that up to an option. And for them, they said then the math game will just check out because we'll just give Christian Brown in the corner, or even if Michael Porter Jr. is over the top, or if you got whoever over there, then we're just going to win that matchup more often than not. But the thing about Chet is also just it's a physicality, but Chet, I think he knows when he's playing versus a bigger player. There's just a level of physicality he brings to the table because I think he's going to have the whistle on his side a little bit. Because if you start the game aggressive, you can typically end the game aggressive. And so I think that's one of the things that makes him really good. And also, too, like, in terms of just, like, rotating over, like Chet, I think to Mars's point, his timing is, like, impeccable. Like, Michael Porter is 6'10", and he usually will close out those possessions with a dunk. But Chet is just like, he's just able to angle his body so well, and then he just gets so vertical so quickly that even Porter, who's a very good athlete, is not able to beat him to the spot in terms of vertical, like at the rim. So, I mean, Chet is just like really impressive. Go ahead.
Keep going. I'm sorry, because Mars, when you say polished, I think that's where the difference is. And I had said that to you. We had this conversation about Jason Tatum and Luka. And I felt like this was years ago. I said Luka was way more polished than Jason Tatum. And that was one of the main reasons why I felt like he was better. Because the stuff that he did, as opposed to the stuff that stuff that he did as opposed to the stuff that Jason Tatum does, it just looks better off the strength that I'm more polished at this. Wemby, as good as he is as a defender, a lot of that stuff is raw. A lot of that stuff is stuff that he's doing on instinct. A lot of that stuff isn't stuff that he understands yet. Chet actually looks like he understands how to defend the rim. He actually looks like he knows how to get back and recover when he gets beat. He knows he looks like he understands how not to foul. Now, is he of the level where he's going to be? No. But if I'm more polished than a guy right now, I mean, I don't think it's that far. Now, don't get me wrong. If a guy like Wemby, who is instinctually just superior than a lot of other guys, it may look a lot different. When I look at what Chet does, however, his ability, how polished he is, could he consistently be in the same conversation with Wemby moving forward? I think he could be.
I think Melo is more polished than LeBron. He wasn't better than LeBron because
No, he wasn't.
LeBron just had physical tools that just allowed him to do things that even though he wasn't the most skilled, swipe, I'm not doing this today. That even though he wasn't as polished as other guys, he was just more impactful than them because he had physical gifts that allowed him to be more impactful. Some guys are just more physically imposing that they don't need to be as skilled to provide the same level of impact. I think that's Wemby. I think Chet is more skilled. I think Chet is more polished right now. I think he's less flawed right now. I think Wemby doesn't need to be as polished as Chet to be as impactful as Chet defensively. I'm talking defensively here.
Sure.
Because he just has the
offensively too, though. Let's talk all around.
I mean, we can do that too. The same point is gonna uphold.
Yeah, but I'm saying I never understood why y'all made the gap so big. I hated that from day one. Even talking about potential, I swear these two are closer than you guys give them credit for. It's always
now everyone swears they were saying. I remember last year when I was saying Chet. When I remember October to December when I was saying Chet's been the rookie of the year. Chet's been the best rookie.
He was.
The world was disagreeing.
It wasn't December, Mars. It was actually January. It was actually January.
Yeah, until Wemby took that next jump. I was saying Chet's been the rookie of the year. Chet's been the best rookie.
Yes.
And everyone was disagreeing with me. But now all of a sudden, a year later, you was telling everyone this. Where was you on my side a year ago, Ron?
I've been high on Chet. You've never heard me talk bad about Chet.
So that was the day you decided to just host.
Even this summer, I talked
about
Chet.
That was the day you decided to just host. You didn't want to give your input on that topic.
When
everyone was like, "Nah, Mars, you just wanted to host that day."
Yo, you've never heard me bash Chet. I
never heard you defend him alongside me.
I don't need to. When you be cooking, what you want me to do? Jump in the kitchen.
So you giving your input now, like, oh yeah, I was with Chet the whole time.
I'll be tired, Ron. I'll be tired. I'm definitely be tired of Ron hyping Chet.
I've always, Chet. Gonzaga. It's a Washington school. It's right down the street from where I am. I've always loved Chet and what he brings to the table, and I never bought into the fact that Wemby was just light years better than Chet.
But you're not the only one, though, Ron. That's a common thing. People are really high on Chet. A lot of people are high on Chet.
But it's a lot of people that hate on Chet too. And this isn't even a thing. It's not even a hate. It's if you're gonna glaze Wemby to a scale of 10, then at least glaze Chet to a scale of 9.
Whoa. I think they both get super hyped. I think they're both super hyped. Like there's a lot,
nearly as much love.
But Wemby, but there are a lot of flaws in Wemby's game. A shit ton of flaws in his game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right now,
he got to get better. But I think he will. But Swiper,
what's up, Brody?
Let's stand on your nuts. What's wrong with you? I'm not doing this.
You stand.
And you just not gonna say nothing.
What
he
happened?
was better than LeBron, and we all know that.
Oh, you know about the LeBron Melo thing? I just didn't play arguing. We did this in person.
No, Jordan. When they both pulled up on the scene, he was better than Bron.
Hey, who was wearing whose jersey in the playoff box? That's all I know.
Shit.
That's all I know.
Hey,
wearing the Melo jersey.
You gonna sit there and let Mars throw you off your pivot?
No, I just didn't play arguing about it.
You just gonna keep your mouth closed.
Mars is the stat merchant.
Hey, look, but the thing is, last night I was watching Oklahoma City really play defense, and to me, Denver just dumb as hell. Like that's to me, they just dumb as hell. Number two, Chet was like when he was guarding Jokic one-on-one in the post, I thought it was gonna be a long night for him. I thought it was gonna be a long night. He was just spinning on.
Before you go any further with that, Jordan, before the game even starts, why are you looking at Chet and going, "Yo, you got your hands full with this dude"? Why?
Because it's Jokic. Everybody got their hands full with Jokic.
Is it just specifically because it's Joker, or
yeah? Does
it have anything to do with Chet's frame and him being light? Because there's people who complain about that a lot. Like he's gonna get bullied.
No, it's definitely his frame because it's the same way when he guard like Mars said with Şengün. It's the same thing. Like he just like that spin move get him out of position. He does recover and block it, but it's just not that many skilled bigs in the NBA that can, besides Embiid, that can really spin, pump fake, and dunk it. You know what I mean? Like Jokic he ain't jumping up high and dunking it after he spin move. So Chet gonna block that. But I thought it was going to be a really long game for him until he got that one block at the rim, and that kind of turned him up. After that, it shifted. Jokic started passing out of everything. You get Russell Westbrook, right? but you don't use him the way you're supposed to use him. You got Russell Westbrook off the ball, Jamal Murray on the ball, and then y'all talk.
I don't want to hear this crap. I don't want to hear this crap.
Yeah,
I don't want to
Why is this? Wait. Why is this? No.
I may want to hear what's going on in the world that DraftKings presents to us. Now, the NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from behind the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make for those players on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. Is it your first time gambling? Cool. If you're a new DraftKings customer, you can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sports app and use code Players Choice. That is code Players Choice for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Don't get no better than that, baby. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's HOPNY. 467369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. That means you got 168 hours to get busy, y'all. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/bball. We'll see you there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jordan.
Can we get back? Can we get back to Swiper? Swiper's not trying to hit a Russell Westbrook.
No, but I gotta explain first. But hold on. I gotta explain first because this is the logic of basketball fans nowadays, right? Oh, Russ can't shoot threes. Russ need a jump shot. But then you put Russ in the corner to do what? Russell Westbrook with the ball. Jamal Murray is y'all probably best shooter on the floor when Michael Porter Jr. is not on the court. Okay, so why do you got Jamal Murray on the ball and Russell Westbrook in the corner, and then you wondering why y'all can't make a jump shot? Like that to me don't make sense. What is the point of using or getting Russell Westbrook to stick him in the corner and then 3 games into the season, oh, Russ making us worse. Russ is bad, bro. That's not how you use a guy like that. Like you don't use him like something that he hasn't been his whole career, a knockdown 3-point shooter, and then you use him off the ball. Everybody know Russell Westbrook's best attribute is he puts so much pressure on the rim. It's not because he stands in the corner and that's where he's a threat at. That's not the Russell Westbrook y'all getting. And I just don't, to me, that makes no sense to me. Go ahead, Swiper.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt you and be rude. After getting pinned so tight yesterday, I decided I wanted to make a little change on PC. So just to clear this up, I know usage is something that is about ending possession, but do you know that Russell Westbrook had the ball in his hands more than anybody else on the Denver Nuggets yesterday, including Jokic, including Murray, including MPJ.
Swiper, those numbers suck though, because you have to understand.
No,
everybody
listen,
else
I'll let you go.
That's why.
I'll let you go. Did you hear me let you go? This is me trying to come to a new place. I'm not trying to argue with you.
You said that, and that's not a good number to put in there. Don't put that number in there. That's just not a good number to put in there because it doesn't tell the story.
Did I say a number?
No, but what you're saying doesn't tell the story of the game.
So I didn't say a number. So Jordan, you chose to interrupt mid-sentence because you wanted to argue with something I'd never even said. What number was suggested from me? Did I say a number?
But you said he had the highest usage rate. And what I'm saying is you can't say that because that doesn't tell the story of the game, and you know how Denver
Jordan,
played.
Would you like me to finish, or would you like to just yap?
Go ahead, because you just made up a bad point.
So go ahead, Chill.
I just had to stop you before you tried to put that in there.
The Russell Westbrook being in the corner logic, that doesn't work, Jordan, because they're not using him as a shooter. They're not doing
correct.
That.
Correct.
No, but this is all. Just to explain how the possessions worked yesterday, because
Sure.
again, people just yapping. What happened
All
is he was the first sub, as he usually is, for Christian Brown, and so
Sure.
then they did.
And he got a
utilize
standing
him
ovation like he deserved.
as the primary on-ball player. And then what happened was Russ's first mistake that he made, the very first one, was that when they got the ball, he did a pick and roll with Joker, and instead of
He
throwing
threw
the
it
ball
behind.
where it was supposed, instead of throwing the ball where it's supposed to be in the short roll, which is a bounce pass low, he threw a point guard's number one rule in that situation is never throw it overhead high. He threw it overhead high. It was a live ball transition. The score was 19-10. And then by the time you get to the 43 mark, when the OKC had 43 points, it was 43-32. They went on a 32-13 run. And some of that started because, and again, this is not blaming Russ.
So it started because
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
because of that pass. That's
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
listening-
Like,
but I'm listening to you.
if we're just gonna I'm bringing up the context to what happened.
Sure.
And then on the next several possessions, Russ would have open 3-point attempts, or he would get down to the lane, it wouldn't finish, or the Nuggets as a whole
Swiper.
started making mistakes as a roster. This is I'm just giving you this is where it happened sequentially. Russ was a -24, but he wasn't the reason they were -24. Julian Strawther came in with Russ. Julian didn't play super well yesterday. And then what happened is when the bench unit started coming in and Peyton Watson and the rest of them, they have never played together, Jordan. So yesterday, the reason why I'm not really making a big deal about it is because that bench unit has never played together, including preseason, because Peyton Watson was out. So now you got Russ, Julian, Peyton, and I'm going to tell you right now, Jordan, the person that I'm not going to go too hard because he has a family and he's a wonderful basketball career.
It's okay to say somebody is whack, Swipe, when they shouldn't be on the floor.
I never wanted Dario Saric. I don't like Dario Saric's game, Jordan. I don't like the way he plays. He doesn't add anything to the team. He's not anything they need. He doesn't cover any holes. And the Nuggets with their second unit. And the thing that doesn't help Russ is because the way that the second unit is designed, Jordan, it's a switch everything unit. They have usually it's all athletes. So Zeke Naji is like the type of player they would typically play. And they're all athletes and they switch. But Russ is having to compensate, and Jamal or Julian, for this dude not knowing how to play drop and then doing this show and recover with the slowest foot speed you've ever seen in your life. I'm talking about like Tony Gonzalez post 2012 Atlanta Falcons foot speed.
Yikes.
Like he just doesn't have it. He doesn't do anything, Jordan. He doesn't rim protect. He's not a great shooter. He doesn't have a great post game to go to. So that's what I'm saying. His whole point of being there is to help Russ. Russ is supposed to have the ball in his hands and create open 3-point shots. The problem is Peyton Watson this is his first game since last year. He hasn't played in a basketball game since game 6 or whenever he got in the game. So he's super like jittery right now because he just hasn't shot the ball in an in-game situation. I think Russ will get better with Julian. I think Russ is going to get better with Peyton. I think Russ is going to get better with Jamal Murray. But the thing is, Russ created a great opportunity in transition. Y'all, like Jamal Murray went to the corner. Russ had the ball, threw the ball out. But guess what? And this is the thing that I will criticize Russ about. The very next possession, they were on a run. They were within 10.
And he tried to get a layup
another transition. He tried to go get a layup instead of passing it back out again. But that's what happened with Russ. That's why I'm not going to blame him for it. What I'm saying for the bench unit integration, Jordan, they just have to figure out like their identity. Period. Because even when the starters were in the game, y'all, they were cooking OKC. But as soon as they put the new dudes in who had not been heavy rotation minute players and had never played with the team before, and Russ and Julian, everything fell apart because they're not used to playing together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's the biggest issue for me.
No, I agree with that too. But I still think Oklahoma City was going to run away with the lead because at some point you can't keep trading 2s and 3s together. Like you're just not gonna be able to do it.
OKC didn't make any threes any yesterday at all. They shot. I think they made 22% of their threes yesterday. So they didn't shoot well either.
How many did Denver make? How many did Denver make?
Neither team could buy a 3.
Yeah, neither team. Denver was 7 of 39. OKC was 10 of like 42, maybe or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my thing too is with Oklahoma City. I thought they was gonna win regardless because the type of possessions that they were getting compared to the type of possessions that Denver was getting, to me was baffling. It was like, it's no way y'all gonna be able to keep up this run without those type of possessions. And
the thing is, in a low possession game, I agree with you 100%. Like they were getting efficient shots in the mid range. SGA didn't shoot super well yesterday, but there was a streak though.
When he went on tear,
where he was getting to that mid area.
Yeah,
J-Dub was getting to the mid area a little bit, and then they just kept finding spots, and then the Nuggets they would get stops, but then they wouldn't score. Jordan, That's the thing. Like and I said this to y'all.
That's what I was
their
saying,
defense
though.
is going to be okay. It's their offense figuring out how they're going to continue to find buckets here and there.
Are we
and
not
chill.
going to talk
It all
about
came to
this?
life yesterday.
Are we
Yeah.
not going to talk about the regression of Jamal Murray? Are we not going to start talking?
I don't know
about
if it's a regression.
I'm not saying he's
I don't know if it's a
regressed. That's too
regression.
far.
I just think
That's too far.
I just think he's just not playing like in. They don't have to figure out their roles. And what I was alluding to when I brought up the Russell Westbrook thing, you can't have Jamal Murray on the ball and Russell Westbrook in the corner. You ain't gonna be able to do that. If you're gonna play them at the same time, just don't do that. Like allow Jamal Murray to be in a shooting guard role. You can't have Russ like sitting in the corner and then of course he's wide open. They want him to be wide open. So when you throw him the ball, what do you think he's supposed to do?
He's not going to shoot the basketball. No, Jordan.
The
difference is when he's in the corner. He's not in the corner to shoot the ball. He's
what
in the corner
for?
He's in the corner to be out the way. That's why he's in the corner. And
but
if you give him the basketball, he's going downhill because he's not.
That's not a good way to do that.
Well, that's who he is, though. This is
hold on. No,
he can't be out the way in the corner, though. If he's gonna be out the way, he got to be up in the wing, up top. Yeah, he can't be out the way in the corner. You got to be up.
No, he can't be out the way at the wing. And the reason why he can't be out the way in the wing is because it's easy to top. The reason why. Okay, first of all,
to give him the ball, then he got to be out the way with the ball in his hand. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but he can't be out the way in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
That's the most important shot.
That corner is needed for spacing. If you're not providing no space and standing deep in the corner, it's in you just gotta work it out somewhere else in another role. Like to Jordan's point, I like what Jordan's talking about as far as him on the ball, Jamal off the ball. Jamal can score better catching the ball off the ball as where Russ is providing nothing unless he's slashing, unless he's moving a little more consistently than him just standing in the corner. He might as well just be sitting on the bench.
I agree with that.
Of those 21 minutes that Russ played, though, Swiper, how many of them were out of control?
Yeah, I think in terms of out of control, I think for Russ, and obviously everybody knows this, he has these periods where it's really effectual. Like I think his second stint, the second half of his first stint was good, but the first part of that first stint was not good. Like remember, Russ got a steal to open the game up, so he was active and engaged. But as soon as Russ had that first turnover, he only had 2, so it wasn't like a lot. But it's just like sometimes Russ is not even the box score turnover. It's like he gets stuck, and then he just. I think for Russ, he plays like he's 29 still. If that makes sense. When he was 29, like I can get wherever I want, whenever I want, and it's easy and it's all the time.
I think people still see him like that too. That's the thing too, Swipe.
Because he's so athletic.
In transition,
that's the thing. He did well, but again, bro, he has to have one defender that he's getting by, and then he finishes. But if he sees 1 or 2 bodies, then I would argue that his shooting percentage goes down dramatically because of what he sees in front of him. But I think Russ, the biggest thing about him and the thing that worked for him in the preseason is, to your point, Jordan, he was with Jamal. It was like Blocko, Sarge, and like MPJ. He had nothing but shooters around him. So Russ can drive and then kick out and create, and then they can just kind of go around that way.
It wasn't shooting it. I saw a lot of the plays, man. Russ was kicking it out to him. And what's the kid name? Not Strawberry. What's his name?
Strawther. Yeah.
Strawther. Peyton Watson. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Straw, whatever his name is. But he was trying to do too much with the ball, and it's like, bro, just shoot the ball, please. And that was my thing. Like my thing is Russ has to play with players that I think Denver's a good team for him because he played with players that stick to a role. That's the type of guy he is. He can't play with freelancing players that just do like how the Clippers was. He can't do that. This is good if they can figure it out for him, and they got to add a shooter to it. That's all I'm saying about that. You got to add more shooters to Russell Westbrook. You can't add Jamal Murray off the ball, and now you have a problem. I think I'm
in the minority when I watch the Denver Nuggets because I feel like they should use him like the Lakers use Shaq. And everything, even though everything goes through him, when I say everything, I mean everything. Like when you want to play one-on-one, run it through me. If you want to get long ball shots, run it through me. So, for example, Jamal Murray wanting to play one-on-one, or Aaron Gordon, or any of those guys wanting to play one-on-one. So if I got Joker in a pick and roll, Joker slips. He brings the defender with him. He attracts so much attention. Now you have a one-on-one situation, as opposed to you just getting the ball on the wing and going one-on-one. That's not conducive to your game. If I can get Joker to throw the ball to him on the block, throw Joker the ball. Throw Joker the ball on the block, and now we can play off of him where we could get where I could get a cut to the rim, something similar to that, very much like the Lakers did with Shaq. Everything runs through me where I am almost like what Joel Embiid was with the 76ers last year. I feel like you could get whatever you want if you run the offense through him, just like the Lakers did Shaq.
All right, y'all, we about to transition. You guys have spoken. I have a lot of super chats over here. So I'm going to go ahead and show some fan appreciation and read off what you guys want to talk about. It's Hack Era said, between Ox and Chill, calling Luka a grenade launcher. Chill saying the Mavs are the 11th best team. And Barkley saying they got
not say
a
they were
lucky,
11.
quote-unquote, easy path to the finals and are a bottom-pack team in the West. I get why Mavs fans are so defensive.
I think you guys just, when you see 6th place, 7th place.
What's the difference? Let them talk. That's just a prediction.
And not only that, when you see 6th place, when you see said, you automatically think 6th place is awful or 7th place, you're playing team that's bad. We've spoken about this many a times. The Western Conference, you're probably going to need 50 wins to get in the playoffs this year. That's not ridiculous to think that you can have that. So the Mavs can have 49 wins and be the 7th place team and still be a game out the 5th spot. That's how good the Western Conference is going to be this year. That doesn't mean that the Mavs are whack. That just means that the Western Conference is awesome.
You're also not a Mavs believer. Like, we can acknowledge that. You said they got to the finals with favorable matchups when you picked them to lose against the Wolves.
I did.
So how's that a favorable matchup?
Wait a minute, one more time.
So how would that be a favorable matchup if you had them losing the matchup?
I did have them losing the matchup to Minnesota. How? Because I didn't think that I thought Minnesota's defense was going to be much better. I didn't see Dallas dominating them offensively like they did.
Especially after better than you think.
Especially
after watching them beat Phoenix.
Yeah, we definitely
watching them beat up. Especially after watching them beat up on Phoenix the way that they did, especially after watching them beat up on Denver the way that they did. There was no reason for me to think that Dallas, in terms of their offense, could do what they did against them. As good as Kyrie Irving is, especially how they were in the playoffs. They weren't awesome in the playoffs offensively. And now they're going up against the best defense in the league. They're not going up against a good defense. They're going up against the best defense in the league. And they mopped the floor with these dudes. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell?
That's fine. Like, you can, all of that reasoning. Then how can you say after the Mavericks go and then beat them and destroy them realistically? How can you then say after the fact, oh, it was a favorable matchup, when all of those things you said were why you had the...
Because he listened to me post script when I told him what was going to happen to Minnesota and then what would happen in the final. Who picked Dallas in the finals last year, by the way? Who was that?
I was wrong.
You remember?
No, I don't know.
I picked Dallas once they went down 3-0 because I wanted to see history.
No. I know you did that. Sure, did you pick them?
Did I pick Dallas?
No, he wasn't picking against Boston ever. He wasn't picking against Boston ever. No one. The Penn picked Dallas.
Oh, so. Yeah, that was an agenda. Yeah, for sure.
To answer your question, Moss, I was wrong. 100% I was wrong.
Okay.
Jake Fascione said, hey, Chill, what's the 5 best players of this current season under the age 25 that play in the Western Conference?
He can't mean off his current season. He can't say based off the one game we've seen, right? That can't be what he means.
Well, we know
doesn't mean go. I'm thinking maybe it's going into this.
Don't
season.
Put Trey Murphy in there right now.
Who, when you think under 25, top 5 in the West, who do you think?
Trey Murphy,
Wemby,
Chet,
Zion,
Anthony Edwards,
Zion.
Who?
Zion.
How old is Zion now? 24.
He's not 25 yet.
No,
I don't think he's 25.
I think he's 24. I think
J Dub from
Jordan,
Oklahoma City is in that conversation too.
How old is Keegan Murray?
That bum missing game winner.
Zion 24.
Dalton Connect. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
Luka is
Keegan Murray 24 too.
No. Of course, y'all not gonna say his name.
So Wemby. Yeah, Shay's turned to 26 this year.
Boy, man.
So Wemby, Anthony Edwards, Chet. Let's see.
No Zion?
Mr. Glass, I suppose.
Oh, come on, man.
I say Şengün. I'm wrong, right?
Şengün better than Trey Murphy too, though, Ron. I'm just going off.
Yeah, he better than Trey Murphy.
Hey, Ox, and I know this may sound ridiculous.
Mentioned right now.
Not before Trey Murphy is not getting mentioned before Keegan Murray. He is not.
Why is Trey Murphy in this
Trey
conversation?
Murphy is not getting mentioned before.
Ron brought that up. Ron brought that up.
Yeah, Ron
said it yesterday.
Y'all bullied me off the panel. All right, I see what's going on here.
He is not getting mentioned. And Big Ox, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, Big Ox. I can't hear enough when I hear that announcer say Keegan, and the arena goes, Ma. I can't hear that enough. I can't. I can listen to that all night.
Hey,
awesome.
I was watching King last night, and Keegan Murray was looking a little soft to begin with, and I was gonna talk trash, but then he finished real good. I was like, I can't say nothing.
Keegan ain't soft. He just got a calm demeanor, so it don't.
Yeah, he looked soft to begin with. I'm like, dang, Keegan looks soft.
Run up on him and find out though. That's who he is.
No, that's exactly who he is. I said I can't even make fun of it. Then
why are you guys starting Kevin Huerter?
I don't know. That's coach got to figure. It's early. Coach will figure it out. See a game like that though. A game like against Minnesota is a game where we got Keon Ellis for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Keon Ellis is supposed to get a lot of Kevin Huerter's minutes, and so is Trey Lyles. I think Kevin Huerter's minutes got to be split up more between Keon and Trey.
I don't know, Ox. I like Kevin Huerter, man. I like Kevin Huerter.
It's not that he doesn't like him.
I like Kevin Huerter a lot.
6'7", man. 6'7".
He doesn't like him.
I like Kevin Huerter a lot, but it's 82 games of basketball, and if you can't adjust by game, I think coaching should be adjusted every game by game. I coach different. Depending on who I'm playing against, and if I'm still have my same principles, my same logics, but things are going to change. Like in a game like that, Trey Murphy and Keon Ellis are going to play a lot more than Kevin Huerter.
So did you like the 2-for-1 with 30 seconds left?
I hate that, Jordan. Oh my God, that makes me nuts.
I'm not a 2-for-1 guy. I talk about that a lot, Jordan. 2-for-1 is something that's been brainwashed in the basketball players that think that's what you got to get, and that's to me that's
not in the fourth quarter.
It's not a good strategy.
Not in the fourth quarter.
One good shot is always going to be better than two bad ones. But
that's a fact, Mars. That is 100% a fact.
At 130, you can do the 3-for-1 joint at 130, but that's different than 2-for-1 with 30 seconds left. Like, it's no way you think you're gonna draw up something spectacular with 2 seconds left and get a shot. Like, just get the best shot possible when y'all in a tie game, down one. I don't want to do no 2-for-1 crap. How often does that work out? Somebody need to pull up those stats because I just don't think that work out. To be honest with you,
I mean, a De'Aaron Fox, what was it? 20-footer, wide open. I mean, it's not a bad look. But I get they could have worked for something better. But
for sure,
that's not a bad look. Like
Anthony Edwards shouldn't have been at the line.
No, but it's
in the
a
first
bad
place.
look.
They would have just
Mars. It's a bad look.
It was just terrible.
Look, Mars, it's
how
a bad look because after he shot that, a rush pull up. You shot it at 30 seconds left. 2 seconds left, go off the shot clock. Now it's 28 seconds left. Anthony Edwards get the ball and wind the clock all the way down.
They only had 1 point. They only had 1.7. Like if the Wolves
it was 2. It was like 2.2.
It was like because the shot came off and then like no one got the rebound right away. Like it got tipped out, it got deflected.
Yeah.
So like by the time the Wolves secured it, there was 25-7 left.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a 2-for-1 at that point.
Yeah, so and it was just ridiculous. And it's like, bro, y'all skilled enough. Y'all got good enough closers on your team, like Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan. Y'all got good enough closers on your team to not be trying to go 2-for-1. To me, that don't make no sense.
I seen Rudy get a stop on Malik Monk in isolation, by the way. I seen that.
Malik Monk got a clutch basket.
You talking about the baseline?
Yeah.
No, he leveraged. He
did what he needed to do.
What do you mean he leveraged, Swiper?
The sideline was there. He knew the sideline was there.
Yeah, but that's part of defense.
He drove him to a point under the
basket.
He tried to go up and blocked it.
That's Swiper. I can say the same thing.
That's math. It's math.
No, it's not.
Call it what you want. He got a stop.
I can say the same thing about offensive players.
I
can say the same thing about offense. Like
take the baseline out of basketball. He's not getting that stop. Pay that.
No,
you're right. Yeah, facts.
No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. That's terrible. Because I can say the same thing about offense. I got Ox covering me, and I'm going to use the rim as a protector because I know Ox is a rim protector. So I'm going to use the rim to help me get a shot off.
That's not how a real man scores. I've never seen Jordan do that.
You got to do it ethically. You got to stop them in open space with no help.
I got to get in front of you. I can't use any advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
I just got to get downhill on you.
And while we're at it, you also got to shrink. Like we can't be having 7-footers on the court with 6'3" guys because they just have an unfair advantage in terms of
break, yo.
Yeah,
matter of fact, everybody in the NBA should be the same height. If you were over 6'5" or under 6'5", you can't play.
Same vertical too. We can't be having these freak athletes.
So we're just gonna have a short league.
Yes.
No, not short.
Why can't everyone just be 6'8"?
6'5". That's not like a great league. You know, the scoring would be Ox.
I don't want to see that.
It'd just be too
ban Joker, ban Embiid, ban Giannis. Just keep the Anthony Edwards, keep the Shays and all that stuff. Just a league of Shays.
Yo, getting back to the game to provide context to some of you guys.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Jalen Green might be the best player in that league. Whole 6'5" league. No rim protection.
No rim protection. Anytime Jalen Green see no senses and it's a 1-on-1 lane to the basket, he's all right.
Wow.
So Minnesota beat Sacramento last night, 117-115. It was a close game. It went down to the wire. There was some good performances. DeMar DeRozan in his debut with the Kings had 26 points. Keegan Murray had 23 points and 11 rebounds. Domantas Sabonis came with his 24, 8, and a couple steals. De'Aaron Fox didn't have the best game, but he had 15 and 11 assists.
Yeah.
On the other end, there was a 30 for 30 performance.
He didn't have a good game because he only had.
He had a solid game, bro.
That was get off the box score.
On the other game, or on the other side, it was a 30 for 30. Anthony Edwards came with his 32 points.
What Juju came with?
Who stole the show was Julius Randle coming with 33 points.
I could not believe y'all. Chat yesterday.
He did it on 13 for 17 shooting from the field and 5 for 6 from 3.
Stop playing with Julius Randle, man. I listened to y'all yesterday. I'm listening to y'all yesterday. Talk crazy.
Yeah, keep this up. Yep.
Talk
game
crazy.
One.
It's not a game 1. It's game 2.
Here, can I hold on.
Nah, don't hold on, Jordan.
How much you want?
Because don't hold on. Don't hold on.
I got a 2-for-1 special right here.
After game one, it was all
they talk crazy.
But now game 2, it's just wait. Nah,
number 1.
Shut up.
I promise I'm not saying just wait.
Number 1.
Go ahead, Jordan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not saying just wait.
Jordan.
Number 1, Julius Randle is really good for this team, and because of the guys that they surround him with, like Dante DiVincenzo, Naz Reid, you even got Anthony Edwards. I like how they play him. Bro, if you can put shooters around Julius Randle, and then when they making their shots, good luck stopping him, bro. Because you're not going to be able to stop him because you can't help. And he's going to find you if you do it. I know y'all got concerns about Julius Randle not moving around and all that stuff. It's like one game. It's something that can be coached. I heard Chill saying yesterday it may be just effort. It could be awareness too, but that's something that a good coach can correct them out of, which I think what's his name will do. I forgot Chris Finch. I think Finch will do.
I
didn't say Tibbs was a bad coach. But there's no way Tibbs was a bad coach and Julius Randle still made an All-NBA team while y'all complain about how much he was bad.
I think he earned the first one. I don't think the second one was hit, but I think the first one was all time great.
Listen, y'all can say what y'all just don't like the way Julius
40% from 3. Yeah, here's all NBA.
No, there's nobody in the league that play like Julius Randle because y'all don't like his style. His style.
There's no one in the league that plays that way. I mean, Zion kind of plays that way. He's just better.
Zion is more efficient. Zion ain't doing what Julius Randle do on the perimeter.
I say Paolo play like Julius Randle. I'm wrong, sir.
I don't think Paolo play like him either. But Julius Randle's style is ugly, and he left-handed, so he shoots kind of.
It's not even all that ugly. What I was watching last night, that looked nice as hell. Hey, albeit, let me say last night. Let me say that what he was doing last night looks pretty, and all of a sudden, I'm just hyping up the dark skin guy.
Nothing I've said about Julius Randle's game has been that the aesthetics are bad. I don't care how his game looks.
Yeah, he plays like Trent Richardson. That's fine.
The whole spiel I had the other day. I said when Julius Randle has his 35-point game, I'm gonna be saying the same thing. And guess what? That 33 he just had. He made 13 shots or 17. Fantastic.
He was 13 to 15 at one point. Or 12 to 14.
Every shot he made was some of the toughest bucket getting we have to see.
But that's not a tough shot for him. That's not a tough shot for him.
Everybody gets tough buckets though. You can't name me other shooters that don't do it. Can you name me? Name me who gets the best looks? You get high volume scores. Who gets the best looks?
Luka gets the best.
Luka shoots tough ass shots. Luka shoots dumb shots.
My point about Julius Randle has been the effort stuff that Chill believes everything seems to be effort.
Not everything.
The ball stopping and the over reliance on tough shot making. Last night was a clear sign of a clear reliance on tough shot making.
I don't think those are tough shots, though, Mark. I don't think that's a tough shot for you.
And you get credit for making tough shots, especially when you're able to help win by making tough shots. But my issue, like I said, when I talk about the Timberwolves, is not going to be about can they win regular season games. They're going to make the playoffs, I believe. They're going to get into the playoffs, and they might have a home court advantage in the first and maybe the second round if they get there. My issue is how sustainable is tough shot making over the course of a playoff series for a guy like Julius Randle, especially when defenses are geared up towards slowing him and his team down, unlike in the regular season. He is still someone who is heavily reliant on making tough shots. So when I don't believe he's the level of shot maker as the other guys, I'm going to say that. So that's why you keep saying that he was relying heavily on tough shots last night. A lot of the shots I seen Julius getting last night were people closing out to three balls and then him picking on 6'6" guys. That's where Julius is going to thrive. You got a lot of times you're going to have to put smaller wings on him because of his ability to put the ball on the floor. And when you get guys that are 6'6", 6'7", he's going to punish them. Those aren't tough shots. He's punishing DeMar DeRozan. He's punishing Keegan Murray to the rim in the mid-range. That's what you want from a guy like Julius Randle. When Domantas Sabonis gets switched out on the switch out and he might pump fake and then shoot the three, that's a great shot for Julius Randle. Those aren't tough shots.
Swiper, he's not relying on step back threes. Let's
okay. He also had a. This is a contested.
He wasn't relying on that.
Inefficient games. I'm like, it's tough shots.
So two things. One of the things that
go ahead, Chill. Go ahead.
Two things. One of the things that Mars brought up was being a ball stopper. Scorers are ball stoppers. KD was a ball stopper. James is a ball stopper. Yes, he is.
Not all scorers are ball stoppers.
Okay, what exactly?
Can I get the score? Can I get the score that's not a ball stopper?
I'd like to know.
KD is not a ball stopper.
This is what I'm asking you.
Yeah, that was his problem.
Rod, is a ball stopper?
That was his problem with the Warriors.
My question. When you bring up, I'm speaking to you, Mars, specifically. When you bring up a ball stopper, what exactly is a ball stopper?
Someone who gets the ball idles for about 3 or 4 seconds while they size up, and then they gotta get into them. Basically, they get the ball with 12 seconds on the shot clock and don't shoot till there's 2 seconds on the shot clock.
So no, that's not what a ball stopper is.
So they don't go.
When I say Julius Randle, that's what I'm talking about. You can say something else.
So when I think about a ball stopper, I think about a guy. When I think about a ball stopper, overall, I think about a guy who, when we go to you for buckets, the offense stops with you because we're trying to get you to score. That's a ball stopper. Because so like when Denver would go to Kate, when Denver would go to Carmelo Anthony, who by the way would get right to it, right? He would get right to it, and it would quickly. So with that being said, the Bulls would go to Jordan, even in the triangle. That's a ball stopper right there, 100%. Scorers, because it's not as efficient as you would like, because it's taking longer than you like, it's still leading to buckets. That means that this guy is stopping the ball from going to somebody else because he's trying to score.
Being a ball stopper isn't inherently bad. There are
when you level out the defense.
When I say Julius Randle is a ball stopper, I'm not saying Julius Randle is bad because he's a ball stopper. Because Julius Randle is not bad. He's a very good player. So, but what I'm saying about Julius Randle is he's a ball stopper and he's not the level of scorer to where I think that's a viable offensive approach. Where when Julius Randle's attack fizzles out, your next option is now, we call Luka a grenade launcher, grenades from Julius Randle. Unless you have.
How do you use Julius Randle then?
Comes out the post and he can make the kick out reads because he's a solid passer. I actually think he's a good passer. The issue I have is when the possessions aren't working out, you have very little fallback options because of how long it takes Julius Randle to get what he wants. And very often, in my opinion, now you guys can disagree with this, in my opinion, what he ends up getting still aren't very easy shots. For the most part, I don't view what he's getting as easy shots. Now, you guys might. And then I would just say, if he's getting these easy shots, how is he as inefficient as he's been in the last few seasons? How? And in the playoffs, how is he as inefficient as he's been throughout his postseason career if you believe he's generating easy shots? So he's just missing easy ones? I'm trying to give him the bell if he's missing tough ones. But if you think he's missing easy ones, I think that's even more concerning.
Well, we have guys in the game, Mars, who are really efficient that are tough shot makers consistently. Kyrie Irving is evident.
Kevin Durant is a tough shot maker.
I don't think Kevin Durant is a tough shot maker.
100% Kevin Durant is a tough shot maker.
No, he has the ability to make tough shots, but his game, he rarely takes bad shots.
But did you just see him? Hold on, did you just see him versus the Clippers? He got doubled on both of the last mid-range attempts he had.
No way.
He's a tough shot maker. He's always been that.
100%.
2% of the game.
No, I'm not. Tough shot makers, meaning you can hit shots over contested defense.
He can. Y'all going off of what he can.
He does it at a higher level than almost anyone ever.
He does. First of all, KD shoots really good shots because he's 6'11", 7 foot.
That doesn't mean those aren't tough shots, though. Even if it's a good shot for KD, right? A good shot for KD is still a tough shot.
That's not a tough shot.
That doesn't mean that it's a bad shot. That doesn't mean it's a bad shot.
Shot over
because he's got somebody in his face.
A tough shot,
right? Bro, it's still a tough shot.
Over somebody that's 5'2" and I'm 6'3".
There's nobody 5'2" in the NBA right now. There's no one 5'2" in the NBA. So I can't.
He's saying for Kevin Durant, everyone is the 5'3" equivalent. That's what he's saying. But like, KD also gets easier shots than Julius Randle does. Like, for his vast majority of his shots are easier shots than Julius Randle. But KD is also a tough shot maker. Sure. That's what he is. He might not take as many tough shots as Kyrie, who I think might be the highest volume tough shot maker in the league. But like, generally speaking, he's a tough shot maker, just not to the volume of the other guys. Julius Randle, for me, is a tough shot taker, and he's capable of making tough shots. But when I believe 80% of his shot diet is tough shots, I don't buy that as sustainable when I don't think he's the level of shot maker as the elite of the elite shot makers. So when I think his shot diet overall is very heavily predicated on tough shots, which you guys seem to disagree with, and maybe that's why there's such a vast disagreement between my evaluation of Julius Randle and you guys, I would then ask, how come in the postseason he's been as inefficient as he has been? Has it been because he's been missing easy shots or because he's been taking tough ones?
You said in the postseason?
He's still for example,
what does he generate? Easy shots or tough?
I think he's getting the same. Prime example would be last night. He's getting those shots that he got last night. Those are the same shots he got against the Lakers. The same ones, the ones in the mid post, the ones in the mid range. He would shoot a step. He would shoot a step back three. Julius Randle is a shooter. Julius Randle can shoot. He's not a shooter, right? So Julius Randle goes to what works when it's working. So if Julius Randle has the drive working, he's going to that. If that mid post, which last night when he had Keegan Murray on his hip, right? When not just Keegan Murray. Who am I thinking about? Trey Lyles. When he had Trey Lyles on his hip, when he had that working, Julius Randle goes to that. The problem with Julius Randle, when we get to the playoffs, to your point, is when that stuff isn't working, he kind of goes away from it. Like last night, it was working and he stuck with it. That's where the inconsistency comes in with Julius Randle. However, what enhances Julius Randle's game, specifically on this unit, is the fact that he can pass. So I watched how many different times where he ended up popping the ball to Alexander Walker. When he popped the ball to DiVincenzo, that opened up their offense way more. The reason why it did that, because Julius Randle, when he's in the mid post and he's scoring, that collapses the defense. You can't leave Trey Lyles on him one-on-one. But to answer your question, Mars, he doesn't go to that other stuff more when he's in the playoffs. That's why.
Can we give Julius Randle grace for him only being in the playoffs twice? Maybe his third time in the playoffs.
I'm not trying to hear that, Jordan. We're year 10.
Maybe.
I think there's a lot of players that get to the playoffs.
I think that's possible. And I always say confirmation bias.
Y'all harder on some people than y'all are the others.
No, I agree. And I think the reason I'm so, I guess, passionate about the Julius Randle thing is because I was saying I didn't think it would translate to the playoffs from before he even got to the playoffs.
Yeah, me too, years ago.
So then when I saw it happen, it confirmed my beliefs. And then I saw it happen again. And I was like, I confirmed my beliefs. So now I'm like pretty much dead set on this isn't going to work in the playoffs because I didn't think it would work before it hadn't worked. And then I've seen the evidence of it not working. So it's like, I'm going to stand on that. But then I will say also, you guys can remember last season before he got hurt on the Knicks, I was saying I liked how Julius Randle's game was developing. I said I liked how they were using him in the post more and how he was actually able to leverage his playmaking. And I think he was actually generating some better shots for himself. So I was giving him his credit. The issue I have is I don't think he's going to get as many post opportunities in Minnesota. And even now we're seeing him, he's operating more at the nail in the middle of the floor at the free throw line, etc. And not as many post-ups. And I think some of that is because him and Rudy, I just don't think is a good fit. Julius Randle seems to be thriving more when Rudy's not on the floor. And I think if Minnesota got to be at their best, Rudy has to be on the floor. And if Julius Randle seems to only be at his best when Rudy isn't out there, I don't think that's great because of the spacing that Rudy doesn't provide. Julius Randle and Nas Reed offensively.
Before you move on, I got something to add.
Keep going.
That's my concern.
I think the thing about it though is like
he doesn't have to be at his complete best when Rudy's on the
I was
floor.
just about to say that.
Because it's times where Rudy's not going to be on the floor, and that's when it's like, yo, Julius, come on, big fella, we need you. We need
But
you.
then can you rely on him to just flip that switch?
Julius Randle?
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the problem. Go ahead, Jordan, I'm sorry.
It might be a coin flip, but when the flip is switched, cool, we got it. When it's not, you got other people that got to step up. Nas Reed got to step up. Dante DiVincenzo, like last night, he had a good game. Dante, we need you to go. And you might just have to do a little bit more. You know, they got other hitters over there. They got other people that can put the ball on the floor. Nikhil, Ox's favorite person off the bench. We need you to provide some more value. You know,
hey, I got a question too, because I was listening to y'all, and I know one of the things about Anthony Edwards at the shooting guard position, which I don't agree with, is about how how y'all say like, oh, he's not that good of a playmaker. And my answer to that is he don't want to. Like, he's a shooting guard. He's not trying to be a combo guard.
No, we're not doing that.
He doesn't want to. Like,
I agree. He doesn't want to. I just don't get how that's a defense of him. I think that's a problem.
No, it is a defense because if I don't want to do that, like Anthony Edwards is what you call a traditional shooting guard. He's not trying to be a combo guard. He's not trying to make plays at that thing.
Nah,
yes,
what you trying to sell me?
I don't think if you're going to be a star level offensive engine,
you have to do that other stuff.
I don't think we're at a point anymore where offensive, because we're not at a point where most of the teams' offenses are coming where you got this traditional floor setting point guards. And then you got this off-ball action that's going to get the two guard getting downhill or getting to spots on the floor where he can operate and make quick decisions. We're at a point now in the NBA where A, teams are just putting the ball in their best players' hands, or B, they are being relied on to create advantages. If that is the way the modern game is going, which it is, and if that is the way...
I don't think the way the Timberwolves are using him like that, though.
And if that's the way Anthony Edwards is being deployed, which he is, when he's getting double teams and when he's getting trapped out of pick and rolls, he has to make decisions. We aren't at a point where we can be like, well, I don't have to do that because, hey, I'm a shooting guard. My job is to score. The issue is when we have those type of players, teams are going to double team him. Teams are going to load up, and he's going to have to make decisions. Otherwise, he's going to be relying on double team jump shots. He won't be able to get to the rim consistently because teams know he's not going to make the adequate reads. You have to be able to show the ability and the willingness to make the reads out of those tough situations. So that teams won't be willing to send.
I don't think you have to
because you can dissect it.
Jordan,
if you
how
does
that not lower their ceiling?
It does. It throws a monkey wrench in everything we do.
No, it does not.
If you think that this guy is just going to Jordan, no way.
It did last year.
Even the all-time great
multiple times.
Kobe could make those reads. Dwayne Wade could make those reads. T-Mac could make those reads. MJ could make those reads.
All of them could and would make those reads.
And that's what kept the defense is honest. If you're not doing
no, it did not make
you're going to run into problems.
No, it did not.
Yes, it did.
Okay, that's not the case. Y'all are saying Kobe could make those reads. Kobe made those reads in a system, in a triangle system. Kobe was the same way as Anthony Edwards. He had the same mindset. Why would I pass this ball when I think I can get to my pull-up and make these shots?
Did Kobe ever say to himself, I'm not going to do something to be the best player possible? I've never heard. I don't even sound like Kobe. I'm not going to lie.
That's number one.
That doesn't even sound like Kobe.
First of all, I didn't say that. First of all, I didn't say that.
You said he doesn't want to.
And number two, that's number one. He never said that. That's number one. And number two, Kobe Bryant in year 4, like Anthony Edwards, had to learn how to pass the ball in the triangle because even to your point, when you're talking about it being a system, how was that working with him being a one-on-one player? How was that working?
Did it work last night?
Against one team in a regular season setting in game 2.
Wait a minute.
Did they get to the conference finals? Last year?
Do you know they almost didn't because he couldn't pass the ball out of a double team?
It wasn't. No, we're not doing that.
They also didn't. By the way, the offense fell apart multiple times because he can't do it.
It wasn't because of
he cannot do it.
No, they fell apart because possibly it could be maybe Anthony Edwards wasn't as good yet. Y'all want
he still isn't. He still isn't.
Y'all want everybody
so if you're going 6 to 24, if you're going 6 to 24 at the shooter, what else are you doing offensively to help your team?
What do you mean? What else is he doing offensively to help his team and coach the game? I don't really give a damn if
he's
making
basketball shots and that's your primary role. What else are you doing to help your team offensively?
When it was Jalen Green, you got a problem.
Jalen Green and Anthony Edwards is not the same player, so don't even bring that up. Not even in the same.
No, because Anthony Edwards, how many threes did he shoot last night? How many threes?
15, Mars.
15.
How many he made?
5 of them.
That was cool though, because he closed the game, right? When Jalen Green had 10 points in the fourth quarter against Charlotte, and the only reason we didn't close the game is because Alperen Şengün turned the ball over. But who did you blame on TikTok? Jalen Green. So he did the exact same things. You're saying Anthony Edwards is fine because he's a typical shooting guard and he closed the game. But Jalen Green was doing the exact same things. 10 points in the fourth quarter, 4 of 6 shooting, getting to the rim, making threes when we needed it. And it was a problem, and you ignored the fact that Alperen Şengün is the reason we lost that game in the last minute. He's a typical shooting guard, right?
Anthony Edwards, bro, Jalen Green
I'm
and
not
Anthony
saying
Edwards are not on the same playing field.
So
I'm
explicitly not saying Jalen Green is as good as Anthony Edwards or even in the same stratosphere. I'm explicitly saying that. What I am saying is Jalen Green was closing the game the same way you just tried to say Anthony Edwards' lack of playmaking doesn't matter because he closed the game. Jalen Green was doing the exact same thing, and you complained about his performance against Charlotte. His efficiency was the exact same as Anthony Edwards. He did the exact same thing in the fourth quarter. The only difference is his center turned the ball over, and Anthony Edwards' teammates didn't. So he ended up losing a game where he did the exact same thing in the fourth quarter as the guy you're complaining about didn't. And I think Jalen Green has to improve as a playmaker because his issue is he keeps for jump shots and he keeps doing those things. The same way I think any offensive engine has to improve as a playmaker. First of all, if you are going to be the engine of an offense, you have to be able to create for yourself. And
first of all, you are talking a bunch of crap. Jalen Green and Anthony, yes, he is.
Go ahead, Jordan. Let him go. Let him go. Get it off, Jordan.
Jalen Green and Anthony Edwards is not in the same stratosphere. Period. They just not
the same thing. You just said
okay, cool. This is what I'm saying. The reason why I say that about Jalen Green is because I don't believe Jalen Green even has the same potential to be Anthony Edwards. Okay. I don't see that.
So let's stop talking about them.
Hold on, let him finish.
Number two.
That's not relevant to the point I made.
No, yes, it is. Number two
can be is not relevant to the point I just made. It's not.
Number two. I didn't say Anthony Edwards didn't have to improve. I said y'all saying that he's not a good playmaker. I'm saying he doesn't want to be. He wants to be. No, it's not a problem. He wants to be an assassin. That's what he does. Anthony Edwards can go 6 for 24 and close the game and look like a hero.
But he didn't do that, Jordan. We're not going to do that. No,
he didn't do that at all.
He did not do that.
He didn't do that at all.
Not what happened.
Hold on. Let me chill. Let me walk you down in detail how that game ended. Naj Reid put back. Rudy Gobert over his shoulder floater. Jaden McDaniels wide open corner 3. Mike Conley wide open corner 3. You know why Jordan's lying? He had 3 points. He had 3 points. 3 points in that fourth quarter in a transition 3. No, I'm telling you what happened. That's literally what happened. He had a transition 3-pointer out of the right corner.
The last 1 minute and 30 seconds. How many points did Anthony Edwards have?
What game? He brought up 6 of 24. I brought up 6 of 24. You're talking about one game. I know what he had. He had 3 points in the fourth quarter. That same game we're talking about.
The last 1 minute and 30 seconds of last night. How many points did Anthony Edwards have?
5, I think. I think he had 5 points in the last 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I'll get the exact number.
But
he definitely had 2 clutch layups, and then he hit those free throws.
And a 3. No, he had a 3 too. He had a 3 too. So how many did in the last minute and 30 seconds?
Last minute and a half. Bear with me.
So
he made a 2-point jumper at 128 left.
Yeah, that one was a 3, but his foot was on the line.
Yeah, and it was a tough shot. Then he missed the 3.
Yeah.
Then Rudy Gobert drew that foul. Remember on Sabonis.
Went to the free throw line.
Went 1 for 2 from the line. Then Ant drew the foul to end the game. That's the last minute and a half. So he made 1 shot, made 2 free throws.
4
He was
points.
1 for 2. He was 1 for 2.
2 out of 4 possessions, Anthony Edwards scored it.
At the end of the game. Okay, we still got. Okay. Is that your stance, Jordan? Is your stance off the strength that they won?
So you're saying he doesn't have to be a play, doesn't want to be a playmaker, he doesn't need to be because of one game yesterday?
Team at the end of the game, and they won the game. What are y'all talking about?
What are you talking
about? You saying he doesn't need to improve because of one game yesterday? That what you're saying?
Not even one game. The last minute and 30 seconds of the game, and they won.
No one's asking him to be Luka.
That's not even the conversation.
No one's asking him to be Luka. But
Who
what
do
we
y'all
are
want him to be?
saying,
Wait, hold on. Did
what we
Devin
are
Booker
saying-
not improve as a
in order-
playmaker over the course of his career? Am I confused? Like, did he not start off a
Devin
primary
Booker,
scorer?
any of the top tier shooting guards have improved.
100%.
I don't understand
But
that.
you
That doesn't
want-
make any
in
sense.
in today's modern, no, not even today's modern NBA. Any
I
era
don't
of
think
NBA
Devin
history,
Booker and Anthony
any
Edwards
era
are
of
the same
NBA
player.
history,
I don't
Mitchell
think
your
they're the same
perimeter
player.
player.
What do you
Reggie
mean?
Miller
Devin
improved.
Booker's an
Campbell
elite
improved.
scorer. He still has
Brandon
offensive
Roy
responsibilities to
improved.
score.
All
And
of
he's a
these
great,
guys
he's a good
improved.
passer, good
I don't
playmaker.
think
What does
they're
that
the
mean?
same type of
Like,
players. They
throughout any
don't
time
want
in
to
NBA
play
I
the
just keep
same.
saying the same type of
If
player,
you
Jordan.
want
Just
to
because
be
We're not
I'm a
even
bucket
comparing.
getter does not
You're
mean
not
that I
even-
have
If you
to
what are you
ever
talking
replicate
wanted
about?
that.
to be an offensive engine, you had to be able to make good decisions with the ball in your hands. You had to. You had to be able to.
I
find
think
the
he
team.
makes
And-
good decisions when he's shooting
Yeah,
and scoring. I
and
think that's a
and
really
that's
good
fine, and
decision.
that's fine.
I think
If
that's
you-
an
if you-
excellent
that's not
decision.
the
If
only
you believe
decision,
if you
though,
believe
that's-
right now he's at a level to where the Minnesota Timberwolves can rely on him offensively to be their engine of their offense and have sustained success, then that's fine. But that would then entail you still believe he has to be able to do those things. Me, Swiper, Chill, I don't know where Ox stands on this. We believe if the Minnesota Timberwolves want to have more success and be a better offensive team, because last year they weren't a good offensive team, and this year I don't think they're going to be that good. If we believe they want to be a better offensive team, it comes from a multitude of things, one of which being Anthony Edwards has to improve as a playmaker.
And they weren't good in the
has
clutch
to.
either.
That has to
By the way,
happen.
I
Jordan,
don't
in
think
part
that's- I
because of
don't
their
think
offense.
so.
He's got to learn to
Like-
get off the field better.
All right,
He has
fellas.
to.
We gotta move
no,
on.
we're not.
I got
No, bro,
chill.
I'm
No,
not.
we
We're
have
gonna
to
move on,
move
too.
on.
Let
We
us
have
finish
to
the
move on.
conversation.
We have to move on. We got other
Disagree
things to
with that.
talk about. My man Adam West said, I tried to tell y'all about Jordan Poole. That boy was hooping. Kuzma has always been a problem. Give Poole his respect.
No.
Who looked good from what I watched? I stopped watching
The first quarter, he got busy. He had 17.
Yeah,
in the first
17. I stopped watching in like the third quarter because Boston pulled away. I don't know how Jaylen Brown ended up with 28 or whatever because I started watching. He was not playing very well when I was watching.
He started
But
hooping in the third quarter.
Yeah, so I started watching. He just
I
went on the
didn't
heat.
watch
Shout out to him. But I'm not the Wizards. I don't think are good, but I'm intrigued by Bilal. Looked good. I like what I seen from Bilal. There was more playmaking responsibility for him. That was cool. Alex Saw is a long way away offensively. A long way away.
And that's fine.
Defensively,
However,
the flashes are there. The ability to move his feet on the perimeter, very enticing. Now there are some fouling issues on the outside in terms of just being a bit jumpy, but that's enticing. He got one crazy block on Drew Holiday, like he came over from the wing, smacked it. It was crazy. But like the you can see what the Wizards are believing they have in Alex Saw. He's just, like I said, I think he's just very bad offensively right now.
Who are the elite rim protectors in today's game? The elite ones. When you think about the rim protectors. Now, let me rephrase that. Who are the elite shot blockers in today's game? Not just rim protectors, shot blockers in today's game.
Chet, Jaren
Davis,
Jackson, AD.
Yep.
Maybe
Maybe Giannis.
Yeah.
Did he ever less than a block a game last year?
Who, Giannis?
No, he definitely averaged a block.
One
I don't
block.
know, but elite. I don't know. Nick Claxton's an elite shot blocker.
Claxton. I think at
yeah.
some point, Alex Sarr is going to be an elite shot blocker in the game. I'm convinced of that.
That's fair.
I think he's good. I think he's going to be an elite defender. Period.
I'm 100% believe that. But I'm just talking about specifically at the rim. His awareness, his instinct. I think he's going to be an elite shot blocker, not just a rim protector, just an elite shot blocker. I think he's going to be that good.
And Alex Sarr didn't have the best game last night. And he's also starting over Jonas Valanciunas too.
Yeah, but he's starting, but playing like 15 minutes. So.
No, he played. They both played 20 minutes. He actually played 21. Jonas played 20 last night. But he only had 2 points. He went 1 for 7 from the field. But Mars highlighted some of his good things that he did. Jordan Poole did have 26 points on 9 for 17 shooting, 6 for 11 from 3. Shout out to him. Jonas did have 18 points coming off the bench. On the other end, Mars alluded to it. Jaylen Brown had 27 points, had a pretty good game, 8 rebounds. Jason Tatum followed up his explosive opening night with another very good game. He had 25 points, 11 rebounds. The Celtics smoked the Washington Wizards, 122-102. So, I mean, as we expect them to.
So, is anybody going to say anything about Jason Tatum?
What about it?
Well, what were we going to say?
I just want to know. Do he have a chance to win MVP? Because that talk that they had last time.
Oh yeah. You wasn't here after opening night. If Jason Tatum's making his jump shots at the clip, not game one.
Why does it have to be the jump shot?
Because
that's his game, Jordan. That's why the majority of his game is that
he's a perimeter player at this point.
Yes, that's his game.
But what about why this can't be if he's scoring the way he's scoring?
Because he's scoring based on his jump shot.
Yeah, that's why he's scoring, because he shoots the long ball. Just so you know, Jordan, he shot 11 threes last night. Just so you know, Jordan.
Didn't he shoot 11 in the first game too?
Yeah,
No,
he shot 8 for 11 and 3 for 11. Like he shot 22 threes in 2 games. Like his scoring is predicated on his jump shot. Like,
well, I don't understand, Jordan. What is that? Why
if you want me to say if he scores like this, it's the same
so
thing.
If you shoot 9.5 3-pointers a game and you make 30% of them, don't you think that's going to hurt your overall scoring?
It's the same thing.
No, because I think he can get to the basket and do all the stuff too.
But he does do that.
So wait.
Okay, so just score.
Just to be clear. So if you take 18 shots a game, if you take 18 shots a game, 9 of them are threes, and you hit 30% of them, which is less than 3, so 2.8 of those per game, then you realize, like, in order to score more points, you're going to have to be able to get your shot diet up more, which means you're going to be less efficient across the board, which is going to hurt his overall case. So in order to improve,
not necessarily, he don't have to keep shooting threes.
Well, I'm saying I just said if he averages 9
threes. Well, Jordan, we know that's a JT problem though. We know he's unrealistic. He's getting them up.
I'm going.
He's supposed to. Everybody is getting threes up. I'm not arguing that he shoots a lot of threes. I know he shoots a lot of threes. I'm saying if Jason Tatum is not making a three, he still can have a good game. That's all I'm saying.
No one's argued that.
You said scorer.
That's all I was saying. He's a scorer. Yes. So if he's not making threes, he's scoring.
No, but you bringing up scoring in an MVP conversation is what you did. So I'm saying from an 82 game sample side, in order to win MVP as a scorer, primary scorer, you're going to have these things in your bag. If he doesn't do these things, no, the answer is no. So I'm just answering your question. If he makes his 3-point shots at a high rate, yes. If he doesn't,
What if he shoot 35% from 3 and he still averaged 27 points a game?
He shot that last year and averaged 27 a game.
If Jason Tatum,
so why can't he win MVP this year doing that?
Because you're going to be.
Because I assume there's going to be guys playing clearly better than him, which was my point.
To me, when y'all say it's so like to me, this was hard for me. Like, and then this is the point I was hard for me to listen to. When y'all say guys are playing clearly better than Jason Tatum. Like he didn't average what he averaged last year.
You don't think there's anyone last year that played clearly better than Jason Tatum, or if you do, who did?
Guys.
Yes.
They gave the MVP last year.
Joker won it.
Jokic. So Jokic. Yeah. They gave Jokic, and who was second?
Jokic and Luka played better than him.
So before he went down, Joel Embiid was clearly playing better than Jason Tatum. That was going on. Yeah. He was clearly playing.
But I want Jordan to answer that,
and I'm a Jason Tatum guy.
Who do you think clearly played better than Jason Tatum last year? Clearly,
in the regular season.
I don't know. I didn't say it.
Wait. Hold on. So you want
Monster?
Hold on. Chill. Hold on. You don't think anyone clearly played better than Jason Tatum last year?
To me, I'm gonna describe it a little different because just because you scored a lot of points and your team won less games, like. It's a give and take with that. Like, yes, you played good. Jason Tatum played awesome too.
I think Jokic averaged less points than
points on less wins.
That's what I'm saying. So my argument for this is I kind of don't agree when y'all say guys played clearly better than him. Yeah. I kind of don't agree with that because to me, I value wins.
Jokic averaged less points. Because Jokic averaged less points on less wins, you're saying there's not that big of a gap.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not that big of a gap because y'all saying that they clearly played better than Jason Tatum. And I'm saying they clearly didn't. I value wins, and he was very productive on his team. Right. Very.
So was Joker.
So we just disagreed. That is what it is.
Okay. Right. They wasn't clearly better, though.
Then I can see why you would think Jason Tatum could win MVP this year, which is fine.
Okay.
I think he could do it too. If I'm being honest with you, I think he can do it. Yes.
If he's shooting like this, I think he can.
If he keeps this up,
that's been the major.
I think if he averages exactly what he did last year, and they do the same good, I think the narrative will switch, and Jason Tatum gonna win MVP.
Jordan, he gonna have to average a little bit more. But also, they're gonna have to win. They're gonna have to win a few more games too. Which I think both can
average it. If y'all would just get your eyes off of raw stats, I promise you it would help you. Because if Jason Tatum this year is going to average,
you're talking to 30, us though.
30 this year, he's going to average 29. That's fun. No, I'm telling you because y'all are going to get lost in this MVP nonsense again because Jason Tatum can average 29, 9, and 6 again this year. And it's going to be like, well, they got 64 wins. Why is he not winning MVP? And then I'm going to sit here and tell you because it's not about raw stats. Like, there are things that you see and watch that can say this player is not outplaying this player. Because even if, let me just bring up SGA, for example. SGA this year, let's say he averages 36 and 6 again. He averages less rebounds and the same amount of assists as Tatum, and Tatum averages the same amount of points. Well, are they playing in the same tier? Well, from a raw stat standpoint, I guess, sure. Joker this year, Jordan, he can average 27, 12, and 9. Just say he does that again. So less points than Tatum. Okay, but why is he better? Like there are ways to literally have that conversation that or going beyond. Because if you can watch the raw stats, bro, then I think that's going to turn.
I'm not going off a raw
Trae Young, Trae Young, he could average 27 and 11 again.
So
27 and 11.
Probably more than that.
And he better get his respect.
So
he don't ever get respect, though. He don't ever get respect.
No, he doesn't.
They ever get respect.
Oh yeah. You're right.
This is why I asked Ron to talk about the top 5 point guards because how's he not in there? You guys got Tyrese Halliburton in there over Trae Young.
Well, Tyrese had better numbers, by the way. Just to be clear.
But you just said
just to be clear, Tyrese Halliburton prior to the averaging 21, 27, and 12 on all-time efficiency relative to what he was doing. So yes, that's a different conversation. I don't think there's a huge gap. I don't think it's for what he was doing. I don't think there's like a crazy gap. I like Trae Young. But like, yes, he was better. Yes, but Trae Young is still a very good point guard. Do you think Jalen Brunson's better than Trae Young? Maybe not. I don't know. Do you value assists?
I think Trae's better than Halliburton.
No, I think Trae Young is better than Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Halliburton, and Jalen Brunson. I think he's better than all 3 of them.
I think he's better than Hallie and Maxey for sure.
Swiper to you.
I think he's better than Maxey. I think he's better than Hallie. Brunson, I don't know.
And
Trey is 100% better than Brunson.
I don't feel comfortable saying 100%. I'll have the conversation for sure.
The difference is between them. Like the gap is literally the playmaking. That's literally what it is.
It's a big ass gap too. It's a big ass gap
between Trae and
substantially better
between Jalen Brunson and Trae Young.
Yes, the gap is the passing and playmaking.
I agree. Even if that makes him better.
Well, here's the thing: is even if you do want to say that Jalen Brunson's a better scorer, which I still disagree with, the gap in the passing as a point guard, as a primary ball handler, is it's light years. Sure. And here's the thing too:
is Trae better than Shea?
I think it's close. It's close.
I'm just asking wrong.
I'm not.
I gotta give it to Shea.
You look at SGA and you look at Trae Young. Who is better?
SGA and Trey.
You look at SGA.
I gotta give it to SGA because. And why? But here's the thing.
Defense, right?
Yes. So look, it's a gap in passing. It's a gap in passing between Trey and Shea, but it's also a gap in defense.
So if I say Trey and Steph, then what?
Right now?
Yes.
Trey and Steph?
Yeah.
Oh, right now I'll probably go Trey. I'll probably go Trey, but I love
Steph's just a different animal. It's just a little different.
Steph needs a different. I just think Steph needs a good supporting cast.
A bit hypocritical right now.
Basically.
But
also too though, just what Steph provides you, and we even seen it.
Trae Young and Steph, man.
Yes, you did.
Now, yes, today, 2024, yes.
I'm taking Steph, I'm taking Shea, and I'm probably taking Brunson over Trae. But everyone else, I got
That's
Trae.
fine.
Maybe Dame. I don't know.
So,
but
I'd like to get back to Swiper's point. I would, because Swiper brought up a really interesting point when you talked about looking at raw stats as opposed to when watching players, because this is what the voters do when you watch a player and looking at what this player does differently than what this player does and how much better it is, right? So when Joker now doesn't win the league MVP because what he did last year, he's kind of doing something similar. So now that's the standard. So when you see a guy like Jason Tatum, who now becomes a better playmaker, he becomes a better distributor, where you've seen that more in the regular season. Not to the level of what Joker is, but better than what he was last year. Now the buckets go up. Not only do the buckets go up for him, the buckets go up for the rest of his crew. And that team wins more. So when you watch Jason Tatum on the defensive end, when he's poking the basketball away, more. When you watch Jason Tatum beating guys to spots, more. It looks like he's more committed on the defensive end as a one-on-one player. That enhances the MVP votes because that looks to people like, well, Jason Tatum is now becoming even more valuable to his team's success than what he was before. So it's not necessarily this player being better than that player, because there is no way you can convince me when I watched Charles Barkley in 1993 to go, yo, Barkley was better than Jordan. No, he is not better than Jordan as a player, but what he provided for that unit and how much better he was that year specifically for what he provided for that unit and how much better it looked as opposed to Jordan, which kind of looked like what it looked like a year ago or 2 years ago. So we kind of got used to seeing Jordan that way. Barkley, on the other hand, it looked different, so the voters went in that way. Same thing they did with Malone. The voters went in that way, not because he was better than Jordan, not because he was a better player. Same logic with Jason Tatum. It's not because he's a better player than Joker. It's not because he's a better player than Giannis, but because it looks different and he's doing more for his unit and they're winning more. Because I'm on record saying I think that this team is going to win 65 to 70 games this year. And if they do that with Jason Tatum doing what he's doing, and in addition to what Mars just got finished talking about, where that jump shot is it's not the same, but it looks better, he 100% is going to be in that conversation, and I think he can win it.
All right, y'all. Salute to everybody that's in here. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Player's Choice. Make sure you become a member. And as of right now, it's time to transition into what everybody in the chat wants to talk about. Y'all see the title of the show. Klay Thompson makes a big splash in Mavericks debut. Klay Thompson got off last night. The Mavericks won last night. They looked very good. Klay Thompson, he seems to be settling in pretty well in his new surroundings in Dallas. He hit 6 threes in his Mavs debut, which was a record for a Mavs player in their debut. He finished with 22 points on 54% shooting to go along with 7 rebounds, and his defense looked pretty good too. Luka had his, typical night of 28, 10, and 8. Derek Lively had 15 and 11, and Kyrie had 15 too. Before we break into this conversation, I want to read a super chat from somebody that you guys know very well, and specifically this guy. Dubs World said, "Shut up about the Mavs and Klay Thompson. Y'all know nothing about them. Ron, you better read this. Making me pay $3 is criminal." $3 looks like $9.99 to me, but
to become a member.
Oh, welcome to the club, Dubs World. He also said Julius Randle's 30 ball though.
So before we get started with this, Mars, yes or no?
Paid $10, so shout out to him.
Has anything changed, Mars? Yes or no?
Yeah, something changed. He paid $10.
So it's no longer no. I mean, so it's no longer yes.
No, I'm not saying that. He just
Dub, man. Dub.
My boy Dub C. What up, Dub C?
But how are we feeling about Klay Thompson's debut and the Mavs just all together?
Klay look good.
I know by the end of this season, Klay keep this up. Y'all better apologize for what y'all said about Klay.
I swear I will. I promise you I will.
Don't act like y'all didn't say nothing about Klay. Like
I will. I will apologize because I think it's cool.
Please.
I do.
I need y'all to apologize right now. Don't even wait.
I'm not. No, hell no. I'm not.
I think it's absolutely possible. I mean, I was the one saying Klay was washed since he came back, and I still think he is washed compared to what he was. But I also think it's possible that Klay needed a change of scenery. I think that's 1,000% possible.
And a little motivation sprinkled on top too, Mark.
Yeah, he looked better on defense than he did ever since he got back to Golden State. So there's that. We'll see how sustainable whatever that is. But even the biggest people who knew Klay was washed, which is probably myself, never questioned if he could shoot the basketball. He could shoot.
Never been a problem. Never.
Like, he probably shoot.
No. Hold on. Don't say that, because when I said Klay is a D, a 3 and D, y'all said, "Oh, he's not even a D." Oh, I don't even know if he's a 3
who did he
now.
have to defend yesterday?
I ain't say the 3 part, but he's the D part. Yeah, I'm still questioning. I'm still
and that's the question I'm asking too.
I'm still.
I got cooked on Twitter
Johnson?
for saying I think Klay would be a KCP replacement. So just to be clear,
Malachi Branham, who is he guarding?
But he isn't. Who? Harrison Barnes? Like I don't understand.
I'm still gonna question Klay's defense until I see him play consistent defense over the course of the season. But I mean, you listen to everything Klay said, and you listen to everything the Warriors have said. I just think that relationship had become fractured. The Warriors are speaking now about how like the environment just seems a lot more happy and positive, and Klay just seems to be speaking about how much got to him in terms of what he wasn't anymore and how he was trying to like be who he once was, and it just wasn't a good relationship like between all parties involved. So Klay getting a new change of scenery might be what's good for him to resurrect his career and still be a viable, productive player, especially for 16 million. But he's still not going to be Klay Thompson, I don't think. But he doesn't need to be Klay Thompson. He needs to be able to make open catch and shoot jumpers,
which he always could.
And that's what
when
Klay
y'all
Thompson
talk about
never
defense,
could
though,
do.
which he always could. And the reason why we talk about defense is because when you're going to be a defender, which is what he was a long time ago, he was a lot more athletic and he was a lot more mobile. The fact that those injuries slowed that down, now he's on a Dallas Maverick team that they expect him to be their defender on their starting unit. He's their defender on the perimeter. It's not Luka.
I don't know if they think that. I think it's PJ.
Who is it?
They think that PJ.
It's not PJ.
I
Because
think
PJ got his
so. I
own
think that's
matchup that he got to deal with.
I think PJ's
care,
interchangeable.
I don't think they want Klay to be a lockdown defender.
Right. I think it's PJ.
I don't think they give a damn. I don't even know if it's that, Jordan. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think they care. I think they're like, we're gonna play the best defense we can, and whatever happens. We're gonna shoot this basketball. We're gonna score more points.
So we're just gonna outscore people. And
but when y'all talk about defense, like when y'all talk about Klay's defense, because I know we're gonna be hypocritical or not hypocritical, but we're gonna magnify Klay because it's Klay Thompson. When y'all say stuff like that, to me, it's like, what are y'all looking for when y'all watching his defense? Like, are y'all looking for him to be like 94 feet? Like, what are you like? What are we looking at?
No,
okay, so that's what I'm saying. When y'all want to criticize his defense, what exactly are we looking for from when he guarding somebody? Are we looking for him to be crowding them? Like, what are we looking for?
Whoa! Stop right there, Jordan. Stop talking like Klay Thompson wasn't an all-league defender. Stop talking like Klay Thompson was a good defender. He was an awesome defender. The problem is that people remember Klay for that, and physically, he's not there anymore, and people still expect him to be that.
Do y'all have like a vivid memory of Klay Thompson just getting destroyed on defense, or are y'all just going by the numbers? What's the vivid memory?
I haven't even looked at Klay's defensive numbers because I hate defensive advanced stats.
Yeah, I just
what's the vivid memory?
I don't even have to look at.
What's the vivid memory?
I have in-person memories. The Christmas game last year, dying on multiple screens consistently.
Dying.
But that's not to say, again, I think it's athleticism. I think he just got older and the injuries. So I don't think it's like he's trying.
So him dying on screens. I heard y'all talk. I told y'all talk yesterday, and y'all was saying like somebody like sometimes when it comes to switching, y'all do know like it's a scouting report, and sometimes you can switch everything except for on that person.
What do you mean?
Yes.
Like
100%. That's a
when we say stuff like, oh well, he was supposed to switch that, and it's like, well, we really don't know because the scout report didn't say, we didn't read the scout report, so we really don't know.
Is it your logic, Jordan, that teams like let's talk about playoff teams? Do you think that there are teams who will actively hunt Klay Thompson? Because I'm 100% sure that there will be teams that'll go after
more.
I mean, when Luka and Kyrie are out there, Klay's probably the third choice to hunt.
Sure, so but there are teams that are looking for. There are teams that are looking.
Well, I think they'll feel comfortable either way between all three of them. I'm not.
Luka competed on defense last night. Luka competed.
Yeah, he got a steal in the post.
Yes, he.
I don't see.
Mm-hmm. Hey, when I saw that, I started losing it. That shit was hilarious. We got Luka locking Wemby on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, statistically, Luka's been one of the best post defenders in the game. I don't know if that.
But to me, to y'all point about Klay on defense, to me, my thing is, I don't see any superstar doing something to Klay that they won't do to anybody else. So when we start talking about Klay's defense, it's like, why are we magnifying?
What do you mean anyone else?
So whatever Dane would do to Klay, he would do it to anybody else.
Are you just saying?
I don't know about anybody. I get what you're saying, but not anybody though.
So are you saying Klay's an average defender? Are you saying Klay's an average defender? Is that the point you're making?
Or better? I think he's an average or better. Average or better.
Above average defender?
Yes.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
I just think we just gonna magnify because it's Klay.
The thing with the Mavericks is it works out. It works out if Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford could really protect the rim. And all those guys got to do is close out. Like if they can just rotate, they're gonna get beat off the dribble. You know, Klay's not as quick vertically as he or laterally as he was. Luka's just the cone. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna get beat. They're gonna get beat off the dribble. But
he ain't been a cone lately though.
What do you mean today?
Lately,
Yesterday?
what you mean lately? What is lately?
No, I'm saying like lately,
The
like
season,
as
the
far
season
as
started this
no,
morning.
no,
Jordan.
I'm saying lately as in from the playoffs. Like last year, Luka
What do you
was
mean from the
competing on
playoffs? What are you
Luka
talking
was
Nah,
about?
he was 100%
I'm telling you what I'm talking about. Luka was competing on defense last year. That's what I'm talking about.
He competed on defense, Jordan. But we can agree that he's more than likely going to get beat off the dribble, right?
No, he did not.
Yeah, yes, but I'm saying
Wait,
last year, yes, he did. But Luka definitely competed on defense last year. Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
In the playoffs, yes, he did.
Jordan, hold on. No, hold on. Can I just address it, Ox, please?
Y'all really not
Can I have
watching
15 seconds, Ox?
It don't matter if he competed or not. I'm not talking about did he compete or not. But let's not get derailed. Whether or not he competes on defense or not, he's gonna get beat off the dribble. Right. Klay's gonna get beat off the dribble. Kyrie's gonna get beat off the dribble. Sure. If PJ Washington and the rest of those three guys, as long as they're closing out, rotating, when the young fella from New Orleans, when Najee
Marshall, Marshall.
Yeah, Najee Marshall. When they're out there, if they're just rotating, closing out on shots, and if Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively can guard the rim, control the paint, I mean, I'm not mad at this because Klay Thompson might not be who he once was, but I still think he's a positive on defense, and I still think he has the basketball IQ to know where to rotate and maybe even help Kyrie and Luka with that as well. And
so your logic, sounds to me like your logic is that we got enough people to make up for his deficiencies. That's what it sounds like your logic is with Klay.
Whose deficiencies?
Klay. And not just Klay, but
I
Luka
don't think no. Clay's not the deficiency. The deficiency here to be still.
I'm
with Jordan on this. I think Clay's a positive on defense.
We got enough people to make up for what Luka lacks, is what you're saying.
What? And on top of that, just as a whole team, I think their perimeter defense is still collectively. I think their perimeter defense is par at best. It's par at best. But I think we got enough intelligent guys on the court. Kyrie, Klay, Luka. I think these guys have enough basketball IQ to be able just to rotate. Like I think they got to be able to. I think they got to be able to stand on rotation. Like we got to be able to get somebody. We got to help. We got to help.
Absolutely.
Daniel, Derek. Y'all got to.
You got to have it. You got to have it.
Yeah,
you definitely got to have the personnel for it, though.
Your point, Ox.
Right,
okay,
right.
Everything that you just said, what was the biggest obstacle with Luka just last season alone?
Recovery.
And you know what that is? And you know what that is? And Luka's one of the smartest basketball players. Bingo. That's Luka. That's where Luka lacks.
Okay, but chill. In the playoffs, chill. But in the playoffs, you didn't see Luka Doncic do none of that in the playoffs?
No, I did.
Can I answer?
You didn't watch the playoffs?
No. I'm so tired of this. So just to understand this, I will tell you what they did, and you can look at what they did. The strategy they deployed versus the Timberwolves, that worked. Luka intentionally was letting people blow by him to get to the paint protector that was Gafford and or Lively with PJ and them showing hands in the paint.
What's your point?
Luka cannot stay in front of people. That happened in the OKC series. I'm not even done. Jordan, hush. That happened in the OKC series. And then that happened in the Celtics. There literally was a new stat that was developed showing Luka getting blown by. Every single time the Celtics got him on ISO, they blew by him and got a look at the rim or a wide open three-pointer. Every single possession.
You are talking about
every single possession. I brought up the OKC series. I told you what they did versus the Timberwolves. That was their strategy.
Yes, and
he was getting blown by. What do you mean it made no sense? What do you mean it made no sense? And was walking by him.
Let him do it. Sniper, that don't make no sense.
So you realize the reason why they're doing that is because instead of just allowing him to get beat one-on-one, we're going to make up for the fact he will get beat. He will get beat, and we're going to have a big there intentionally.
So let him go by. So let him go by. That makes
nobody else is doing that.
But guess what? Chill. What did they? But chill. You know why it was so bad with the Celtics? Because they no longer faced an offense that couldn't take that advantage and do something with it.
No, as soon as they saw the Celtics outshot them. That's why it didn't work. The Celtics just outshot them.
Because they have a competent offense versus the Wolves, who were a bad offense most of the year.
Stop moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving the goalposts. There's nothing that's been moved. There's nothing that's been moved. Jordan, you can't tell me. Tell me a series. Jordan, tell me a series and why Luka played good defense in. Tell me a series and why Luka played good defense in last year.
This dude is really trying to.
First of all, First of all, you keep
dive on the floor for a couple of loose balls. All of a sudden,
no, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying.
I ain't trying to hear that. I watched them against.
That's not what I'm saying.
I 100% watched them against.
No, you didn't. You couldn't have.
James Harden. You're saying James Harden wasn't walking by Luka. No, you're saying James Harden wasn't walking by Luka to hit those floaters.
I'm not.
Am I hearing this? Am I hearing this? Did James Harden not walk by him to get those floaters off?
I'm not about to let you get out of your ridiculous point that you just made.
Go ahead. Name my point. Put my point in the framework. Go ahead. I'll listen.
You just said,
yeah.
Oh, Luka was getting blown off the dribble. And then you said, hold on, let's just make this clear. Luka Doncic was letting him go by. So
versus the Wolves, one series.
Okay. And then you brought
to the other series.
And then you brought that up to the Celtics, and you said Luka Doncic couldn't guard anybody. That's why they lost. And I said, no, it's not. They lost because the Celtics outshot them. That's how they lost. You cannot compete with their shooting value. Now you realize that your point is ridiculous. You just talking. What
so
you doing? You just
talking. Hold on. Chill. Wait, chill.
Damn, he called you out on your yapping.
Hold on, Ron, go back. Hold on.
Swiper, stand up. Do not let him do that. Swiper, stand up for your rights.
Ron, go to the corner. We don't need any of that.
This
Jordan, I'm trying to understand. So you're telling me that they outshot them, and I'm saying that one of the reasons they mainly outshot them is because they were walking by Luka's POA defense and getting any rim. Jordan, tell me how that works. So you're saying if you can't stay in front of someone and you're getting a shot at the rim or a shot from three-pointer that's wide open, or you're getting over-rotated to compensate for Luka because you have 5 shooters and you're getting outshot because you have wide open attempts, and on top of that, every time JB stood in front of Luka, he went to the rack every single time. Every time. So that's just because they had a competent offense. That's it. That's it.
Why it didn't work? So why it didn't work for Minnesota? You know why? Because
I just named that. I just named the series. One series.
Why?
What did you say?
No, there's nothing to do.
So Jordan, I want to realize, Jordan, your issue is what you say makes no sense because I just told you why they were able to do that because they had Rudy Gobert on the court and Ant couldn't make that skip pass. The difference is once they played versus a competent offense, they were killing them. They were repeatedly killing them. There was a new stat. There was a new stat that was made for Luka Doncic getting blown by Jordan. So your point has no base whatsoever. You realize that. Go ahead, Mars.
Do me one favor. Hold on, Mars. Do me one favor. Because I heard you say you listened to Mark Cuban on the podcast. One of the things Mark Cuban drastically kept saying was, you cannot outshoot the Celtics. We tried to, and we lost. That's why they lost. The same strategy that they had for the Celtics, they had against the Timberwolves. They had against every team, which the Mavericks was the one making the shots. It changed when they played against the Celtics because you cannot outshoot them. A lot of teams in the NBA cannot outshoot the Celtics.
It's a great theory. Even though Phoenix outshot Minnesota and they swept them, get that man. I gotta go. Man, stop playing.
Phoenix didn't
all right,
really
y'all. We about to keep it lit.
A lot of people don't be watching the games. Let's just say that people need to start doing their jobs and actually watching the games instead
Jordan,
of coming up.
You haven't made a good point for the last 15 minutes, Jordan, because you're telling me they're a good shooting team. And Luka, so again, Jordan, you keep calling it ridiculous. I'm saying, help me understand how if a player is walking by you and getting a wide open attempt at the rim or creating a wide open three-pointer, how is that not your fault?
Because Swiper, you said that was their strategy
versus the Wolves. That's it. One series versus the Wolves
against the Celtics.
No, they didn't let him do anything. They changed their strategy because they don't have a Rudy Gobert on the court. You realize that, Jordan? That if you're playing versus an all-time great offense, you can't have the same strategy you're deploying. He got walked by. That's it. He was getting walked by, Jordan.
Make the final point before we move on.
Why was the Boston's worst offensive series against the Mavericks?
I don't know. They outshot him though.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just because if the Dallas's scheme was the same pretty much the whole playoffs, and Luka looked good on defense against the Clippers for the most part because they didn't have guys who could pressure the rim consistently. And Paul George was a heavy isolation player who's going to take mid-range jumpers. So we saw Luka staying in front of people, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Luka's playing defense." And then the next series against the Wolves, the points you alluded to about making skip passes and Rudy Gobert spacing were all true. But the plan was the same. If guys get by you, we're going to load up on the strong side We're going to deter shots from the rim, and then we're going to have other guys rotate behind the play and get to shooters, all the stuff. They did that against the Timberwolves. They did that against OKC. And they just didn't rotate out to guys like Josh Giddey. They did the exact same thing against Boston. And the point you made about, they have all these shooters and that was why it didn't work and all those things. It did work. Boston's least efficient offensive series was by far against Dallas. They had a 111 offensive rating. Their next worst was 118.
But did they outshoot them?
No, yeah, I'm gonna get to Jordan's point because I agree with what Jordan's saying. But factually, Boston's worst offensive series was by far against Dallas. They had a 118 offense against Miami. They had like a 120 against the Cavs. Against the Cavs, they had like a 120 against the Pacers, and then a 111 against Dallas. That was
what we were talking about.
The issue was offensively for Dallas. The issue they had was when Luka is now creating open threes above the break, which we all spoke about during the series, that Boston were willing to give up PJ Washington, Josh Green, Maxi Kleber, anyone else out there couldn't make a three. So Boston actually beat Dallas lost to Boston because their offense couldn't get them further, not because of their defense. Their defensive plan was fine. If you hold Boston to a 111 offensive rating, more often than not, that's a recipe for success. Boston's offensive rating in the regular season was a 123. They were 12 points worse on offense against Dallas than they were in the regular season, and they were like 9 points worse against Dallas than they were against other teams in the playoffs. Their defensive plan worked, but you guys just started blaming Luka for all of the reasons they were losing. When the reason they lost was because their team could not make above the break threes.
The question originally was just about
Luka also couldn't make threes. Luka shot like 25% from three in that series. Luka also couldn't make threes. Dallas lost because their offense couldn't outscore Boston. They did enough defensively.
The conversation we were having originally was about Luka's defense. It had nothing to do with team defense. Nothing. You're talking about did Luka play good defense and getting blow by? He was getting blow by factually in that series. That's not even a conversation.
You said
did the team? Sure, no problem. But again, overall, you're asking me, did Luka play good defense from start to finish? No, he didn't. He didn't. Did he do what was intended for some of those series? Sure. But Luka was still getting walked by. I don't really know what the conversation is about.
But if the game plan factually is, and we can see it unfold, if the game plan factually is, like we saw the Utah Jazz in 2020, 2019, etc. If the game plan is funnel people to our rim protectors, how are we then going to say Luka's trash because he's getting blown by when the plan is send these guys inside the three?
Why is the plan that though, Mars?
Because we have elite rim protection. That's why.
So let me ask you. So if you got elite rim protection, was that the plan with the Lakers? We're gonna funnel these guys to Anthony Davis. Was that the plan with them? No, it wasn't. We actually do have guys on the wing who can defend. We're gonna do that. No, Mars. We're gonna do that as a secondary. We're telling Luka that you can funnel these guys.
Not just Luka, Kyrie, PJ Washington. The issue is
everybody playing with.
The issue is this blow by stat that everyone loves alluding to.
68%.
None of you guys can tell me who had the record before Luka Doncic, because this stat was just made up on the fly. Think it was made up because of how bad?
Because it's a scheme. It's called a scheme.
Luka has the top three stat. Luka has the top three blow by percentage in the last 10 years. Guess who the next 4, 5, and 6 are? Also Dallas Mavericks. The plan was to send people to the rim, but no one bothered to do research. Said Luka's at the top of the list. Everyone else following Luka on that stat was also Dallas players, because the plan was to send guys through the basket.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I can vividly remember Luka Doncic just outright stopping on the court in half-court defensive possession. I have no issue. I have no issue with No, it's not. No.
It is not.
I have no issue with Mars bringing up a scheme. I am talking specifically about Luka's effort over the course of the playoff. He literally would dead stop in the middle of a possession and no longer play defense to continue to play. So
how many
that's
times
my
a game,
issue. That's
though?
what we're talking
How many
about.
times a game, though, Swiper? How many times a game? Did you see him do that 95% of the game?
Like the
Did you see him do that 95% of the game?
Coach Ox.
No, hold on. The run that we had was because of the point that you tried to make, and I tried to tell you before Mars brought up the stats that it made no sense. But you steady kept going, and now Mars is telling you you are wrong. He had a new.
We're not talking about the team. You said Luka. Luka Doncic.
Now we gonna switch. Yes,
that's what we're talking about. One individual player.
Because I told you Luka was not a problem.
Fellas, we gotta move on. We are talking in circles. We're talking in circles.
No, we're not. Jordan,
we
even
watched
with
this
that
for
being,
months.
even with that being
Okay,
scheme, Coach Ox,
all right, bro.
Coach Ox, what you're gonna do for me? What Coach Ox is gonna tell me? Coach Ox is gonna tell me, chill. Okay, you're gonna.
You there, Coach Ox?
You're gonna funnel. You're gonna funnel Kyrie, or you're gonna funnel. I don't know, Jaylen Brown to Derek Lively. But you know what Coach Ox is gonna tell me first? He's gonna tell me to stay in front of Jaylen Brown. That's what he's gonna tell me. First of all, you know why he's gonna tell me that? He's gonna tell me to stay in front of him. You know why he's gonna tell me to stay in front of Jaylen Brown? Because I can defend on the perimeter. He's not gonna funnel me. He's not.
Who can stand in front of Jaylen Brown in the NBA?
He's not gonna tell me to. He's not gonna tell me to
stand in front of Jaylen Brown in the NBA.
Looking at it right now. This is crazy.
Funnel him right down the lane. You know why? He's telling me that because I can't stay in front of him. And what's more important?
All right, Ryan,
more than likely, I'm gonna be off the floor. So that's just not true. We can't act like this whole narrative of we can't act like this whole narrative of Luka funneling guys didn't come from his reputation as a defender from the beginning.
Luka, it was the Maverick, and I want to put it out there.
And
I think Luka didn't have a great defensive postseason. I think he was actually good against the Clippers. Sure. I think he was reasonable against the Wolves. I think against Boston, I don't think he was very good on defense. And I think the biggest issue with Luka defensively is him making the second and third efforts in terms of rotations. Mm-hmm. That's my issue with him. But if your issue with Luka is that he's getting blown by, then you are mad at the scheme, because it wasn't just Luka. PJ Washington was part of that scheme. Kyrie Irving was part of that scheme. When Josh Green was on the court, he was part of that scheme. Anyone who was out there, their plan, their point of emphasis was funnel them towards the rim. And then when Derek Lively's there, because they would put Derek Lively on the weakest offensive player, usually Drew Holiday, and then we know Boston countered that by putting Drew Holiday in the dunkers, but we know how the series unfolded. Yes. But the plan was funnel them to Derek Lively and then rotate around that. Right. Now, Luka, my biggest issue with Luka and Kyrie in that series, and Kyrie just gets away with it because I think he was even worse off ball defense than Luka was, is them making the extra efforts on the rotations that ended up over compromising their defense and straining it in a way that wouldn't have happened if they put in the extra effort. But the blow by stuff is not where you should have the issue with Luka. That shouldn't be the issue. The issue should be the extra stuff, not the blow by.
No issue. Chill. Just to end this, because whatever. I'm dead watching Luka standing on multiple possession after possession after possession.
How many times?
That's what he does, Spike. And like we had this conversation months ago already.
Sure.
No coach in their right mind is going to be like, oh well, just let him go. Like that's just like I understand. I understand.
I don't know if that's it. I don't know if that's true.
Real quick.
Snyder had that.
Let me just finish real quick. And then y'all got
and we moving on after this.
I'm not saying like the scheme isn't to lead him to the shot blocker, but the reality is somewhere in between where you guys are both standing.
Sure.
The reality is somewhere in the middle of there. Yes, it's already known, because to Swiper's point, Luka can't stay in front of him, right? So it's one of those things where, we got elite rim protection. We can guide them there. You don't just nobody would ever say, Matador defense. That's not realistic.
Boston didn't do that.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can concede the drive, but you're not just gonna watch. So that's what I'm saying. I think the reality is somewhere in between where both guys are at.
They weren't.
But my thing, it worked.
The plan was send them to their left hand, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Send them to their left hand, and then when they break the 3-point line, then everyone peel switch and rotate. That was the plan, because Derek Lively's going to meet them there. It wasn't just, we're just going to stand here and walk by. No, the plan was send. But I'm saying, I'm not saying the plan was just to let them walk by.
Right, that's nobody's plan.
I'm saying the plan was send them left, cut off one side of the floor, send them left, and then when they break the 3-point line, which they inevitably will, against Luka, against PJ Washington, against Kyrie, against Josh Green, against whoever you want, Maxi Kleber, whoever you want to say, when they do, then when they do that, Derek Lively's going to be there to meet them, and everyone peel switch and rotate. Now, the issue with Luka was not the initial blowback. That was part of the plan. The issue with Luka was the second and third rotations that he would often not make. Same thing with Kyrie. So if we're going to, like I said, if we're going to have an issue with Luka's defense in the finals, which I had an issue with Luka's defense in the finals, it's not meant to be with the blowbys. It's meant to be with the rotations and the extra efforts that he wasn't making.
Right.
But
But
even
Mars,
with that, Dallas' defense
I think-
was
I
not the
think it's-
problem.
I think.
Okay,
I think
so
it's-
right,
I think
so
what's-
did it
what's
work,
funny-
Mars? Did it
what's
work?
funny about it though?
I think their defensive plan worked. I think their defense.
Thank you.
Okay,
That was
but
my
you- but
point.
what-
They
but
just
look,
couldn't
though,
outshoot
you
the Celtics.
Y'all, you can't also. I mean, you saying that like I understand what you're saying. That's a good scheme, but then you have to think. Luka can't force me left.
They were going
Like Luka can't make Jalen and Jason go left.
If I want to
If
go
Luka's
that way,
in front of
I'm
him, they're gonna go
Not
any
true.
way they want to go.
I wanna
Not
go
true
that
if it's a
way.
wall on that side. Not true if it's a wall
A
on that
wall
side.
who? Where?
This is
That-
way.
that's
Where?
not true.
Luka
If I
Luka
close
can't
out,
force Jason
if I
Tatum
close
to go
out to your top
anywhere.
side, if I close out to your top side, and you
Close
only
out,
have
and
a left hand drive, if you keep going, it's probably going to be a charge.
Yo, wait. So this
how
what
you
I'm-
make
this is
somebody
what
go
I'm-
left.
Jordan,
That was bad.
Jordan, if it's like that for Luka to force me left, he really literally has to be standing behind my right hip, basically. So that
I think you
so
just
that
close
is
out to
that
that
is
side.
that is just letting him go then.
And then if a screen comes,
Luka can't make Jason Tatum go anywhere.
Okay.
All right,
I
fellas.
think you can, but we'll
All
have a
right.
conversation today.
Fellas, I need you guys all to hear me clearly and lock in.
Locking
I
in.
have 65 super chats.
Let's do it.
We have 65 minutes to go.
Let's do it.
Okay?
Let's do it, Ron.
If we do the math, that means we have 1 minute per super chat.
Let's do it, Ron.
We don't have to argue about everything.
Let's
If
do it,
somebody
Ron.
says Luka should be wearing Pumas, but he's wearing Nikes,
Let's do
we
it.
don't have to argue about
But
that.
some super chats open up good discussion.
Well, no. Some super chats do. Some
not this one though. Yeah,
quick
not sure
answer.
about
Let's let's go ahead and make it happen.
Let's do it, Ron.
All right. SMN R&DM. Salute to him. He said Luka didn't have the best game, but off ball was great. Still disagree with Luka's ball hog narrative, but I do admit there's some truth. The schemes it enabled with him putting effort off the ball, goated.
I saw him in the post a little bit. I like that. I don't know if it was more than usual, but I saw him in the post more, which I liked. So
He did get some switches with Drew Holiday. I did see that too.
that was cool. Seeing those post ups, but yeah, I think Dallas, their offense looked a bit better, but it was one game and it's the Spurs. So
World Peace said, chill. Where would you rank Mark Eaton and Dikembe, or where would Mark Eaton and Dikembe rank as defenders in today's game?
They would struggle. Mark Eaton isn't nearly as mobile. Dikembe Mutombo also, it's a lot different dragging a guy at 22, 23, 24 feet away from the basket and having to defend in that much space, having to close out on a guy 19, 20 feet away from the basket. A guy like Mark Eaton, who was at 7'4", he wasn't very mobile. He was more of a rim protector. They would struggle in today's game. Where do they rank? I don't think that they'd be top 10 defenders. I don't think so. It'd be hard.
Well, I mean, if Dikembe had 18 years of like our training and technology, I probably would have been.
I mean, that's something different. But
Same with Mark
a lot of these are about like what those guys as is. Like, what would they do in today's game? It's
I
not.
think Dikembe would be good. I don't even think Mark Eaton would see the floor.
Justin said the real 55th pick that should be getting attention is Aaron Wiggins. That boy, nice.
Sign an extension this offseason. Sign an
Work hard. He earned it. Work hard. He earned it.
Sign an extension this offseason. 100%. Yes, sir.
Yep. This like his fourth year, right? This is fourth year in the NBA.
I think.
I think he came in 2020. I think.
Yeah, this is fourth year in the NBA. I remember when he was a rookie. He was pretty good.
Where did he go to school?
I don't know where he went to school at. I saw him as a rookie though against the Rockets a lot of times.
He went to Maryland.
I was like, God damn, they got another Wiggins. What the hell?
Brow Hayayatas or Hayayatas, whatever it might be. He said Mavs ran through the West and got better. Yet we aren't the fave in the West. It just shows biased ass logic. If Thunder or Wolves beat us, no way y'all would rank us above them. Hashtag
run through the West. Oh, chose to
apparently they did.
They ran through the Wolves. They ain't run through OKC.
I got the game, like I said, Mars. I got the games right. I did. I had the number of games right.
Yeah, they ain't run through OKC, but they did win the West. But I still think OKC is the better team, and I think OKC improved more than Dallas did anyway.
Riddell, Y'all know Purple Political Breakdown. He said, this is from Mars, speaking facts about Dallas's defensive scheme.
Damn. I guess I don't get no credit either, Mars. My bad.
See, I articulate it better, man.
It's the British accent, yo.
I was siding with Jordan. So
it's the British accent. I'm telling you.
Give Jordan some.
Nah, they don't give me no credit. It's okay. I don't know
put
nothing.
film up on PC, so I mean, it is what it is. So
I mean, playback.
Go next super shop.
Darren Foss said Luka Doncic was not allowing drives and funneling players to the paint. That's not a thing. He was just getting blown by because he's not a good defender. LOL. Dallas' defensive plan was horrible.
Then what was Dallas' defensive plan? You can't say all of that first sentence and say Dallas' defensive plan was horrible.
Damn,
But then say that wasn't their defensive plan. So then what was their defensive plan that you're calling horrible?
Somebody said.
That's hypocritical.
I'll go ahead.
No, you got it.
Somebody said what?
Somebody said, I still disagree with Jordan, though. Boy, I'll tell you, it's a brotherhood on the panel. Boy, that brotherhood is really good, bro. I know y'all want to be a part of this brotherhood to hate on me. Hey, brother, they don't know you outside the panel. I'm just saying, but W to that brotherhood, boy. I know it, man. W to that brotherhood. Y'all stick together. I love it.
Riddell said, here you go, Jordan. You locked in, too.
There you go. See?
Appreciate it, Riddell, because that brotherhood is crazy, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Foss said 111 offensive rating is still insanely high. Boston's shooting variances came into play. They still beat Dallas shooting 35% from three as a team. Nothing to do with Dallas's quote unquote defensive game plan.
111 offensive rating is the equivalent of the Washington Wizards last season. In what world is that insanely high? You must be living in 2006. In 2024, a 111 offensive rating is a bottom 5 offense in the league. That's not insanely high. And yes, some of it's to do with missing open threes for sure. It's a 5-game series. But no, that was.
Is it insanely high in the finals though? That's the question. Like,
no,
you want me to go back through final series?
No.
And get off the rate? I could. No, I promise it's not. But no, 111 is not insanely high. That's good defense. It just so happens Dallas was 108, which was bad. Which was the equivalent of the worst offense in the league, I think. Yeah, 108. That's the equivalent of the Portland Trailblazers last year. It wasn't good offense.
Because I'm sure if we went back to that Detroit Pistons 2004 offense in the finals,
that was probably like a 94, but that's a team that can't score.
Right. Spurs in 2005.
Key said, Ox, we need your input. No more basketball. Luka was trash in the finals. We saw it.
Basketball is necessary.
I don't think Luka was great in the finals. I just think the blame is misguided to the wrong aspect of defense. That's all I'm saying.
Chill, there's no place in this beautiful world for basketball. Basketball, there's no place for it. There's no room for it. There's no need for it. Stats. We definitely need statistics.
That's what I'm talking about. Stats. Yes,
we need a record of what happens. We need a record of what's going on, and we need that. But we don't need any basketball.
If you take away the numbers, a lot of people wouldn't be able to have an argument about basketball. So.
Oh yeah, we've come to that conclusion already. We know that. More, I think a lot of people would understand the game better by only looking at the box score than by only watching the game. Most people don't know what they're looking at.
Oh, for sure.
Which is crazy to me, Ox. That just doesn't make any sense.
I think it makes sense. And you know what? It makes sense in a lot of sports for a lot of people. For a lot of people that don't have the experience to understand what's going on the court. Like there's probably some sports out there that's true for that for me as well. Like there's a lot of sports that I don't know about that if I start watching now, I would definitely need that rundown for a while before I could get okay, that's what I'm looking like. Cricket. I messed around playing cricket with a couple of my friends before. Yeah. Like I'm seeing it, I watch it, and I'm like, I have no idea what any of this what's going on. But if you show it to me in like a box score format, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So with that being said, basketball, it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to discredit or belittle anybody. I'm just saying
But the difference with that, Ox, and you make a fair point, but the difference with that is that you don't proclaim to know cricket. That's the difference. If you knew cricket and you sitting there and you don't know what you're looking at, then those two things don't work. Now, there's people who proclaim to know basketball, but they don't know what they're watching. We've heard them talk about basketball and be like, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. Clearly you don't. And how is that? If you think if you talking about basketball like you know basketball, how do you not know that?
Hey man, shout out the basketballers out there. If you out there basketballing, just keep balling. That's all I gotta say to you.
Hey Ron, I got a question.
What's up?
I was gonna say, I got a question. You know when people be talking about you're a casual, you're a casual, you don't know basketball. So if I'm a casual and I say something about basketball, right, that maybe 10 people agree with, but 1,000 people agree with,
when somebody else says it,
how does that make me a casual?
Hold on, you said 10 people disagree or 10 people agree?
You're saying 10 people agree with him, 1,000 people disagree.
Yeah, but that makes me a casual. That makes sense, right?
I
don't go by populace.
If your thoughts align with someone else, then you know ball. If your thoughts don't align with them, then you don't.
Right. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying that casual.
They're the measuring stick for knowing ball.
They're the measuring stick.
They think they're the pinnacle of basketball knowledge. Yeah. So if your thoughts don't align with them, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't watch. You don't watch. But then if your thoughts do align, all of a sudden, oh yeah, this guy knows ball.
The mob doesn't typically vote correct either. So
no, they're usually wrong, and they usually never played basketball before. That's usually what happens. It's a bunch of guys that just never played before. They don't get picked up at the park. They don't even get picked up on the rec in 2K. Nobody wants to play with them, period. They just want to talk basketball and just look at it and say, oh, you don't know ball. You don't know ball. Oh, okay.
The reason why, and
they
also
don't get picked up in the rec on 2K either?
No.
Nope, trash. Everybody leave their team when they come on.
And to your point, Jordan, if you don't think that their team is the best team or the player on their team is the best player, you're a casual. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a hater.
But Jordan, it's kind of like what Yersta said in the chat a moment ago. It's really just being a good debater, like on the internet. On the internet, it's about being a good debater, and then you could that's all it is. Like there's people that are really good debaters that could, study a little bit of medicine for a couple months and out debate a doctor on surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people will be like, "Oh, he knows medicine. He doesn't know what he's talking about." Like, motherfucker, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You just
I think it's the audience that's listening though. I think it's the audience that's listening.
Go ahead, Jordan. Cook the audience.
Because if the people that's listening don't know ball, then
cook these real casuals.
Because if the people that's listening don't know ball, then everybody gonna agree with a person that don't know ball. Like it's like, oh, I never seen that before. I've never been in a huddle before. I don't understand the game plan. I don't understand this. I don't understand what we trying to do and what happened. That's just how we talk, I guess. But go ahead. I'm not talking about you though, Mars. I want to cook at you. I want to talk about you.
No, it's cool. I mean, I'm used to that. Ox be sending straight to me and be like, "No, Mars, I like you."
Mars, we've already been over this, Mars. I'm not talking to you. You are exempt from every statement I make because you be saying stuff. I'll be like, "Oh, I know you've been around ball because there's no way that you some of the little sayings that you be knowing." I'm like, "Nah, you got to be in the gym to hear that. They don't even talk like that on the internet."
Mars cool.
I've heard everybody up here literally be called a casual multiple times. You guys in the chat have called everybody up here casual in so many words, in the worst way. And the thing about it is, there's only one casual up here. I'm not gonna say no names or anything. I'm just gonna say it's only one. But moving along to MBR.
It's 100% you, Ron. No doubt.
You're serious. Out of his mind.
Chill in the chat. Here in the back, yo. We're not doing a chill this week, yo.
Hey, I just want, before you move on, Ron, real quick, I just want to get a shout out to Yersta. Yersta, you're a good guy. Way to join that brotherhood, brother. Shout out to you, Yersta.
MBRK the Great said, Swiper is an elite yapper.
Oh, there we go.
He don't know basketball. He just knows talking points. Stick to Twitter. Baldy. Luka was also banged up like crazy. Waffler.
Yeah. I hate that right there. And I bet you, I bet you if they would have won the NBA championship, you wouldn't have heard a peep about him being banged up. Give me a break.
Waffler's crazy.
It make me sick, man.
Yo, stop laughing.
No, he would have just won a chip while being banged up.
No, he wouldn't. We wouldn't have heard a word of that, Mars. Not one.
We bring out Kobe winning the chip with a broken finger.
I mean, yes, it's factually I am bald.
All these
and yeah, I'll probably have the second worst basketball career up here, something like that. I think second worst.
I'm assuming he's saying I have the worst, and I'm just
no,
for sure.
I mean, where can I see that video of Mars playing defense? I couldn't see that video. I heard Penn talk about Mars playing defense. I didn't see that video.
It was thankfully edited out because
okay,
we don't need to see my defensive.
Now before
criticizing guys' effort.
I was talking crazy to Swiper before we was playing. You could tell. Hey, Swiper, you was cold on your high school team, huh?
That's just all around athlete. Bro.
Hey, you and
That's all.
stuff.
All around.
You was nice.
Yeah,
all around
remember
athlete.
Swiper said he was dunking at 13, which means at 14 he would have dunked on you.
No,
Maybe I'd have jumped with him.
no,
I'd have met him.
not
at
in
the rim.
game.
No.
No, I was not
Hey,
great in game.
Hey,
That's-
Swiper
Hey.
hit the look. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay.
Fellas,
chill.
I gotta get back to these though. Hold,
Oh, go
Jordan,
ahead.
Jordan, I
Reminiscing
gotta
right
get
now.
back
Why
to
would
it.
we
Go ahead,
reminisce
go
about
ahead.
PC weekend?
EJ said
Yeah.
also Luka's a cone on defense. Jordan is being nasty.
I mean, factually, he is not a good defender.
Why y'all got to bring me in there though? That wasn't even my point. That
Yeah, it
wasn't
was.
even my
It was your
No, it
original
wasn't.
point.
I
You
didn't
said he
say
played
nothing
good
about
defense.
Luka. I said
said he played good defense.
No, I did not say that. I said he played better defense. I said he got
You
better
said
at
good.
defense.
The word was good, but again, we're on semantics again.
We're running back. Look, you know what? I am on a historical tear. I say something one week, everybody disagree with it. The very next week, y'all gonna say the same thing I said, and we're gonna dismiss it. But shout out to Mars for
Pointing it out,
making
LeBron
to point it
James
out.
afterwards.
I have not. I'm telling you, every time I say something, it comes right back. So we're gonna see again. It's okay.
See, I be siding with Jordan a little bit, just a little bit.
I don't mind being
EJ
wrong, but it's okay.
said Brooklyn native here. Jordan does what we call quote unquote a whole lot of chatting. Luka's defense is an atrocity.
Atrocity seems like a stretch, but
Shout out to Bronx.
Marcus FRM 626 said gonna be a rough season for Swiper. Y'all
I'm not
can't
gonna lie,
shoot for
This
shit.
might be my best year of my life. So this would be a great year for me. I'm
But
not gonna
how,
hold you.
Jared, before we can, this will be a quick question. Swiper, how do you guys plan on winning a championship if you guys can't shoot the three consistently?
Trust me. I think that. Well, first off, I think obviously yesterday was an aberration. I don't believe in some of the stuff that they done. Trust me, I have many words to say about what they did yesterday. Many words to say. But I think it's early, so I'm not over.
SMN R&DM said Klay also doesn't have to run as much to get his shots as he did at the Warriors. So it's feasible that he will have more energy to put in on defense.
What is defense with a C mean again, y'all?
It's a European thing.
It is.
Yeah, disgusting. I hate those Euros.
Okay.
I think I've seen a stat that of Klay's 10 3-point attempts, 9 of them were open or wide open.
With
If he's getting
3 feet.
I think
That'll change though.
4 to
We
6
get
is
9
open.
butt naked looks.
Yeah, 4
butt
to
naked.
6 is open.
That'll
and then
change
2
though.
is
That'll
wide.
change though later on in the season.
That
That'll
dribble
change.
Yeah,
was
that's
nuts.
why I said I want to see what percentage of it is throughout the season, because obviously the Spurs defense, we know that. So I want to see against, like, over the course of the season, what percentage of his 3-point shots are open or wide open. That's what I want to see.
Mart said Luka was so hurt in the finals. He stayed in game 5, down 26 with 4 minutes left trying to score, and was playing basketball the next week.
I told you.
I think I think Luka
was.
was hampered, but I also think he played like hot garbage. So
That was what the kids, the toddlers call boo boo. He had an owie. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Them owies be hurt.
That wasn't nothing but a floor burn, Mars. If you had
a floor burn before, they be hurting.
Yeah, plenty of floor burns,
And they hurt. They hurt.
I think Luka was hurt because his shoes is trash, bro. Them is the worst signature shoe I ever seen.
In the words of Peyton Manning, rub some dirt on it.
Outside of Shaq shoes, them was the worst signature shoes I ever seen in my life.
DXM became a member today. Big shout out to DXM. EJ sent through another super chat. He said, stats don't tell the whole story. Brunson is better than Trae Young. SGA clears Trae Young. Plus, Trae is a complete liability on defense.
I do think Brunson's better. I think I'm more comfortable saying Brunson's better, but I could definitely easily make the case for Trae Young. But I would pick Brunson, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Ron, that was nasty, Ron. You know JB's better.
Yeah, you're a casual, Ron. You're a casual.
I would casually take Trae Young every time.
Man, I don't have no Luka slander. I'm defending Luka. What are we talking about? That brotherhood is strong, man. That brotherhood is strong.
Lesage of 6 Paths said facts. Ron switched up on Trae for industry.
You did. You
that was a nasty.
You jumped off the Trae train, but the Halley agenda quick.
You used to be Magic City for Trae. Now you ain't.
And now you're acting like you're just on both trains, but really and truly, you're not on both trains.
Mars, here's the thing. Trey is still my Houston Rockets. It's
This is
just
bullshit.
OKC was playing well last year.
This is some bullshit.
I spent my days in Houston and my nights in OKC.
Right here.
Chill, when you got a private jet, you can do that.
Hey, Chill wasn't allowed to switch up on Tatum at any point.
Chill wouldn't want to switch up on Tatum.
Why would you switch up on Trey? All right, I got you.
I never switched up on Trey. I was just speaking highly about
Who's better, Ron, Trey or Hallie?
I plead the fifth.
See, and that's how I know you don't
just
really
say
ride.
Trey Young, bro.
Ron, you was
Young.
out
You don't ride in the Trey Young train.
Just say
1, 2,
Young,
3,
bro.
4, 5th.
You didn't even answer the question. That's how I know you were.
Ron was riding for Hallie heavy. There was times when we wouldn't even bring up Trey Young and Halliburton to start. We'd start talking about Halliburton.
He'll come off screen to come talk about Halliburton when I did that.
Yes, he would.
100%. Trey Young, but it's cool.
Nope.
Because listen, if I start arguing Trey Young, y'all just gonna jump me. Y'all think I
you got jumped
like
talking about Halliburton. What are you talking about?
That was different though. That was different because I had backup. And on top of that, what Halliburton was doing was undeniable.
Meanwhile, you tell us 5 straight years of Trey Young, 29-10, one of the better point guards in the league. But Halliburton, boy, it was like your side piece got upgraded, and she in everybody's face, even though we know you married.
All it took was Hallie 6 weeks to get all the love.
That was it, Mars.
Interesting.
It wasn't even in the dark no more. Like,
don't worry, y'all gonna hear more of them takes as the year progresses on, because they both having career years.
I feel the same way, Swiper. I do.
Brow Hayayatas said, "Mavs are the best in the West. Stop hating."
Also, we did determine 3 days ago that Ron's a polygamist. We did talk about that.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
That's your choice. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Ron. Live your life, brother.
Yeah, do what you need to do.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate the support.
You have a bunch of wives. You get one wife.
I feel you, Ron.
You know, it's like this.
Ron.
Chill. You got to think about it like this, Chill. If you got people that got the same goal, if I got a goal, I got 24 hours in the day. Me and my wife, we got the same goal. That's 48 hours in the day. Me and my wives have the same goal. That's 72 hours in a day. Now, if I got 3 wives and we all got the same goal, we operate 96 hours a day. You know how efficient that is?
Yo, Ox.
What's the truth? What's the truth?
Polygamy is only legal in 2 states in America, by the way.
What
the 3 states, Swiper?
I'm not telling you.
So I can move. Hey, yo, Ox.
Ron pulled up in a vet and it was
what's
over.
24 times 6? Shrix 3 became a member. Shout out to Shrix. Pacers pushing P is my burner account, and I became a member today. Shout out to Pacers pushing P. Shout out to Shrix. Also shout out to Brow Hayayatas, Ties, or however you say it. Shout out to Brow, man. Shout out to Brand as well. Brand became a member, and Nixon 6 said, "Don't understand concerned folks got dub our offseason. Don't understand concerns folks got with our offseason. We traded 6 picks, but we got a top 30 player, and Cat is borderline top 22. We are top 3 in the NBA."
So is Mikal Bridges the top 30 player he's alluding to?
Maybe OG.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell they talking about, but none of them.
Oh yeah, he lost his other love in mind.
Maybe Tyler Coley.
No, I don't know what you talking about.
I'm gonna just okay.
Has been a member for 6 months. He said Alex Sarr looking like he's going to be the second best defender in the league one day. Wizards basketball is so bad.
Wow, Evan Mobley getting jumped by somebody else?
For the record, Ron, polygamy is illegal everywhere in America. It's not illegal most places.
What about Puerto Rico?
Everywhere.
Don't you even. That's one thing. Don't
Hawaii?
you even think about bringing that down to Puerto Rico.
Hell no.
Hawaii is a part of America, Ron.
Alaska?
He said Hawaii.
I'm trying to figure out.
This dude said Hawaii.
It's got to be somewhere in America.
Ron,
What about deep Alabama? Morris, they do it.
Swiper.
Oh no, they doing something else over where you at.
Yeah, you gonna have to go move to like Saudi Arabia or something.
It's Swiper. It's illegal in New
Ron,
York.
Alaska, ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know in Alaska, bro. They don't keep up with the rules in Alaska. Ain't nobody
That's
gonna
what
know.
I'm
You know, you
saying.
ain't never been there. My family
It's too
lived
many
there for a
people.
little bit.
It's too many people in Alaska.
There ain't that
Still,
many. It's dark 6 months.
Still, it got to be a loophole
Yeah,
somewhere.
I mean, Alaska used to be Russia. It's a lot of people in Alaska.
Hey, Swiper, it's illegal in New York. Well, what about Queens? Is it illegal there? Oh my God.
Is it legal in Florida?
I don't know. It might not be illegal in Miami.
Is that America?
Rules don't apply in Montgomery, Alabama, though. Just let y'all.
You can do,
Speaking of Queens,
Ron,
a lot of rules don't apply
You
in
can do whatever
Alabama.
you want in California.
For sure.
That's
And
where
they
I'm
just
gonna
gonna say I love you, and they gonna say I love you.
You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
love you.
In California, you can do anything you want, Jordan.
Damn, that's funny.
Yeah, facts. I used to live in California in 4 years. I know.
Speaking of Queens, Nixon 6 said, Nets fan Breezy and Leaf. I'm gonna pull up to the live stream to laugh at y'all this summer. Damn. East is weaker than last year, and we got way better.
No,
Boston got
not.
that fluke game, but we can beat them in
No,
7.
it is not. No,
But
the
you
week
said
is
Nixon
not.
6, but we could beat them in 7.
No, it is not. Give me a break. Hell no. The East is not weaker than it was last year. No, it's not.
And y'all can't beat the Celtics in 7. They probably go 5 or 6.
Ray Star said Mars. As a Timberwolves fan, I hate that you were right. Julius lives and dies on tough shots. It's gonna be a long season.
Me and Mars, I had a debate with you on your sports show about Julius Randle tough shots.
Dub plug. We doing the power forward episode in a couple weeks. I'll hit you up.
He will
Pull
not
up.
be in
Yeah,
Cali.
What's the show called, Mars?
The Hoop Talk podcast on Master
And
Sports.
when is it?
This Sunday,
Okay.
5 p.m. Eastern.
I might be there. Maybe.
Excuse me.
I know who.
You
He
not
wasn't
getting
invited,
extended,
huh?
man.
He
Yeah,
wasn't
you
invited.
not-
Mars,
you
here's
not
the
getting
thing.
extended,
Oh,
man.
no. I might be there to watch. Here's the thing, Mars.
Ah.
I got a date with my 5th wife on Sunday
okay.
around that time.
You know what's funny,
Ron,
Ron?
look at Ron
you
planning
can't even,
dates.
you can't even work from your first progression to your second on a basketball court. So I really don't think that you're going to have more than one wife, bro. But
How can you handle that, Ron?
next super chat.
How can you killing us, Ron?
Next super chat.
Yo, swipe a cookie your ass.
You know what? I'm gonna just pretend like that didn't happen, and I'm gonna get to my next super chat. Also, too, Jordan, you I think Swipe had asked for your TikTok earlier. What's your TikTok?
Drenchman Sports. Just like everything. I'm Drenchman Sports on everything.
Okay.
But now, no longer Jordan. I'm just Drenchman. Let's just leave it like that. Code name.
Mm,
Code name.
Like, check me out.
Shout
You
out
wanna be
Drake.
hating on Jalen Green. That's
Drenchman.
cool.
Oh, absolutely. I'm always.
But
hate on that.
he gonna be glazing Jabari Smith. Like,
Yeah, I want to see more Jabari, less of Jalen.
we'll see. We'll see. All right.
It ain't Crunchman, it's Drenchman. Stop playing, man. That's what I'm saying.
But shout out Crunchman though. King
Shout out
AD
to
has
Crunchman.
been a member for 3 months. He said, "I know Chill looking for the Randall apologies today."
No, you don't know that. You don't know that.
He ain't get him. So
Yeah.
Chill knows.
So you don't know that.
Chill knows that he's not
Yup,
getting.
Drenchman Sports.
Yeah, you don't know that. Because
Yeah,
if
he
you knew
don't know
that,
that.
you would have heard me say it. That Julius Randle, you saw him yesterday, man. So you didn't hear me say that, so you don't know.
he
that.
played. We'll give
He
Julius.
did.
Randle, you know,
Yes, he did.
yeah,
But I'm not that goofy that see it one time and I'm like, yo, did you? Let's chill out.
Well, somebody else is looking for Klay apologies.
Mhm.
So maybe we'll get an apology on the panel one day. But either way it goes, Kays sent through a super chat and said, Randall was by far the best player last night on the court with 5 other all-stars. But y'all gonna ignore it because Mars told us he's trash. Top 5 power forward. We had him at number 3.
I never said he was trash. That was a disgusting list. I never said he was trash. I just want to put that out. I've never said Julius Randle was trash.
You just said he wasn't a top 30 player.
How did
Absolutely
Julius
trash.
get number 3 on that list, Marsh?
That doesn't
Because
mean-
you guys started listing Jason Tatum as a small forward. I assume you guys list LeBron and KD as small forwards. So everyone who plays the 4, you guys are listing as 3s. So then we end up with Julius Randle as a top 5 power forward for some reason.
And
I
Paulo.
think it's because he's good. I think it's because he's good, bro.
Like I looked at my power forward list and I looked at the one that you guys had. I'm like, yeah, this ain't adding up. My power forward list was Giannis, LeBron, KD, Kawhi, and Jason Tatum. That's
Kawhi power forward.
They all play the 4.
No.
Every single one of them played the 4 last
Kawhi,
year. Every
yeah.
single one.
Four.
But somehow, if we're just gonna keep calling them 3s when they've played the 4, then you're gonna end up with Julius Randle in the top 5. It's like, I mean, I
Shout out
guess.
Julius Randle, man. He's a top 5 power forward, Mars.
I
You
guess.
got to accept it one day, and the best day for you to do that will be today, October 25th, 2024.
That list wasn't in order. Everyone, calm down. That was just the 5 names I had. So calm down.
I had
That
Giannis,
wasn't in
Chet,
order.
Randall, Siakam, Zion.
I think I kind of had something close to you.
But yeah, that was just putting out there.
Bob Wick, after he became a member, he said, "I'm back."
I was wondering where he was. I was really missing Bob Wood.
Wait, Daffy Duck.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, Bob.
Wick
Step
might be
back.
part of that brotherhood.
Step Back 123 became a member as well. Multi Kenny, y'all know the face, y'all know the name, y'all know the game. He's in the Hall of Fame. He said, Dub cutting Swiper off. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know. Nick Browner became a member.
Brawner, Ron. Like broad. Brawner.
Browner. Nick Browner. Okay. Nick Browner became a member. Dubs the Money Man became a member. Dubs World became a member.
Moss, yes or no?
Dubs the Money Man, a part of that.
Super chats, Ron. We going
right.
super.
Nah, we got
one right
questions.
here. We got one right here. Moss, yes or no?
Man, I was just.
Dubs the Money Man is brother.
Nothing has changed. So
I was just kicking it with Dub just 2 weeks, two and a half.
When you guys went to New York, right?
Yeah. I was just kicking it with Dub.
He said he answered that question too, Chill. He himself said yes. J Mamba 8 became a member. Shout out to J Mamba 8. Tank Jones also became a member. And Dubs the Money Man sent through a super chat. He said Rockets as a fifth seed is diabolical. Dub panel, Dub chat.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that, Chill.
Yeah, I just want to make the play in, man. That's all. I just want to make the play.
I disagree with you on that, Chill. I listened to that yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Actually,
like I said,
and I'm a diehard Rockets fan.
We gonna see. We gonna see come February when the Rockets a game at a fifth place. We gonna see.
Who's gonna say a game out first?
I can see we could be a game out of fifth place and be like an 8th, 9th seed. You know that typically happens.
We're playing Memphis tonight. We have to be 1-1. I pray we're not 0-2.
Memphis about to let y'all
better not have a game on them or something.
Nah, that man just fouled out. I need Şengün to foul him out too. We need to have
when is Steven Adams playing?
I don't know.
I think he's still kind of
He's a day-to-day. He made Luka said, so it's just gonna be
still kind of
day-to-day, and the curtain just went up. How was that possible?
He's just come back.
He came out for a gruesome injury too.
Yeah, he just came back from a big injury. So I mean, it is what it is. But I want to see him play.
Uncle Buck History said, Dub panel, enjoy the show. I watch every day. Who do you guys think are the top 5 defenders ever to not win DPOI? Not including before the award was created.
Tim Duncan, AD, and Scottie Pippen. That's 3.
Bill Russell.
He said before the award was created doesn't count.
Not including before.
Yeah, so anything before, what was that, 84 when the award started?
82.
My fault.
So Tim Duncan,
AD, Scottie Pippen. Those 3 are in
Tim
there.
Duncan, Anthony Davis, Scottie Pippen,
and LeBron.
LeBron.
James.
When was LeBron supposed to win Defensive Player of the Year?
When Marc Gasol won it.
2013.
He had a case in 09 as well.
Let's see. Who was the best defensive player? That's a good one. Not to win it.
Give me Patrick Beverly. Shout out Patrick Beverly.
Not bad.
Let's talk about Bruce Bowen and Doug Christie.
Bruce Bowen has the most second place finish.
Patrick Ewing.
Oh, Ewing's a good one.
Patrick Ewing.
What about Doug Christie?
No.
Right.
Brandon
I'm not asking.
Pat Ewing is a good one.
You just gonna bring up that one situation. You bring that up every time.
He wasn't with the drama.
He wasn't.
Leave that alone.
I'm never getting off that.
Act like you ain't never got shook up before.
Not as an adult after something that I've dreamed about doing. You kidding me? I dreamed about this, and now I'm here.
Sometimes dreams get daunting when you
come
face to face.
I dreamed about doing it since I was a kid. Now I'm here and I'm shook. Get the hell out of here.
Dreams turn to nightmares every day.
Chill. Hey, Chill. I dreamed of having one wife, and when I seen it, and I realized that I could have 6 of them things.
No.
Hey, Chill. 2 cheeks or 12 cheeks?
Just so you know, Ron, you can still pick one.
What?
You don't have to. You don't have to
12
dive
better
into
than
the.
2.
You don't have to dive into the night.
We need to get him some therapy for real.
For real.
Really?
That's your man.
Really?
That is your
Ron
man.
pulled up with the vet and said everybody can get in. That's what happened. Ron pulled up with the vet and said everybody get in. We doing what we doing.
Instead of going just you. Come on.
Nah, he said
that backseat was bouncing, boy.
That's what I'm saying. I feel you. I ain't hating on you, Ron. I'm saluting you.
As you were saying.
Brandon Dawkins said, do you think Chet can win DPOI the same way Mark did with having a great defensive team around him and AD gets overlooked again?
I think Chet can win it.
Well, just to be clear, the same narrative, the same logic that you guys talk to me about the league MVP. If you do sit up here and think that Victor Wembanyama is winning like 7 or 8 defensive players of the year, that is not happening. Hell no.
Votes of fatigue.
I don't think nobody's gonna win it more than Rudy Gobert.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised if they put his ass in the conversation again. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like nobody's gonna win it more than Rudy Gobert.
I think Chet can win it. I think Chet can win it. We'll see. We'll see how.
Well, you know where I'm at, Mars. I think Mobley's winning it this year.
I think Mobley can win it too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Christopher D has been a member for 19 months. Y'all know his name. He said, and here we go. He said Chris Haynes reported on former trainer Randy Shelton has a lawsuit on the Clippers that he was fired after complaining Kawhi Leonard was being subject to unsafe and illegal treatments for injuries.
Now, what this could look like. Now, what this could look like on the surface, what this could look like on the surface, because he was fired by the Clippers, what this could look like on the surface as a disgruntled employee, and his claims might not have any merit to him. When in reality, he might be right. I mean, because he
put that up on the screen again, right? Ron. I wanted to see.
He is a
like,
trainer,
what is he saying?
He may be right because the idea is this was the guy who was working for the Clippers, and he's saying that the way that the Clippers was handling Kawhi Leonard was completely and utterly wrong. They had him doing unsafe stuff that ultimately derailed his career.
No, but why isn't Kawhi saying that?
I think Kawhi is just trying to get healthy. But that's why I said, like, everything surrounding Kawhi is just surrounded in mystery. Like, none of us know what's going on. None of us know how they're dealing with Kawhi. None of us know what Kawhi is doing. And then you hear stuff like this. It's like, it's possible maybe they are doing some experimental treatments with Kawhi Leonard that might not even be deemed as legal in the United States. I've seen some people talk about that's why Kawhi was in, what was it, Costa Rica or where Puerto Rico.
No, they just be making stuff up about Kawhi. Though.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that's true or not. I'm just saying everything surrounding Kawhi is surrounding so much mystery that people are now trying to plug the gaps themselves, and then you end up hearing like all of these rumors and stuff, and none of us know what's true. And that's I don't like talking about Kawhi no more because I don't know what's going on, and I don't like talking about what I don't know.
But look though, Mars, from what I know about Kawhi Leonard in the Clippers, Kawhi had a lot of control with the Clippers. He got a lot of his people on their payroll. Yeah. Kawhi do what he want to do. Kawhi's not going to do something. The Clippers.
And you were there, by the way. And you were
there. I was there 3 years. I know. Like Kawhi's not going to do something that he's not going to do something that he don't want to do. Like Kawhi literally does what he wants to do. Him and Paul George pretty much done what they wanted to do. Montrezl Harrell told a story about why he off the Clippers team, pretty much. So I don't get like he's saying, oh, they was doing. Maybe Kawhi was a part of it, but my thing is, if Kawhi's not complaining about it, what merit you gonna have?
Because as a medical professional, you have a responsibility as a medical.
I think he's just a trainer, though. I don't know if he's just a doctor.
But maybe him, but the medical staff, the people that are in charge of that are medical professionals, 100%. Like those people are medical professionals. They have obligations. They've taken oaths. There's certain things you're not supposed to take part in, regardless of if the player is down for it or if the player just agrees to it or is persuaded. No matter what, it's your responsibility as a medical professional to know what's right and what's wrong.
Even if the player brings it to you, even if
no matter what, there's for sure. It doesn't matter what a player can be like. Yo, doc, I seen this. I tried that. What's up? You're supposed to, as a professional, say. No, like you do that, you get that shit up out of here. Go do that somewhere. We don't do that here. We can't do that here. It's illegal. Whatever. That's your responsibility. So if the trainer who might not be a doctor is seeing this and says something about it, speaks up about it, it makes sense for that person to be fired. And my thing is, I get what you're saying, Jordan, that he does what he wants to do, but as a medical professional, you have an obligation. And that's not.
I think they got a lot of holes
health before anything.
I think they got a lot of holes in their game as far as the Clippers. Like I think the Clippers has a lot of turmoil, like especially in the office. Like, and I know that from when we was there, like they have a lot of disagreements between front office, coaching staffs, and stuff all the way around. Yeah, they have a lot of that. So it could be one of them things, like like they picking sides. I wouldn't be surprised if something bad came out about the Clippers in the next couple of months, like something really bad came out about it. And that's what happened. But I want to address somebody saying Kawhi Leonard, the best friend, is an assistant coach. He's there not just because of Kawhi Leonard, though. Like the Spurs wanted to keep him when Kawhi Leonard left, so they wanted to like offer him a real money. He's actually a pretty good coach. I forgot his name though, but he's actually a pretty good coach.
To answer Ox, it sounds to me like what you just described was ethics. That's what it sounds like you just described.
Yeah.
Ethics is big in that industry too.
And to Mars's point,
for sure.
And to Mars's point, and I'm pretty confident in this. I can't say this with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty confident that when Kawhi Leonard retires, it may be realistic that we may never see him again. Like he might just disappear. Like the mystery that you talk about with him and how mysterious he is. Like, what do we really know about him? It wouldn't be. I don't know. It wouldn't be ridiculous. It wouldn't be ridiculous for me to think that when he retired, that he just straight disappeared, and we might not never see him again.
We know he loves San Diego.
10 years later, like,
cool.
He's somewhere in San Diego.
Kawhi, cool dude, man. I think Kawhi's a cool dude, man. I think after the basketball stuff is done, I think you might see more of him. I just don't think he want his career and his personal life to intertwine while they're at the same time. I just don't think he want that, which I don't see nothing wrong with that. But he's a normal dude. He's not like what people think he is.
I would love to have that.
The Trib one said, by the way, Stefan, the 19-year-old looked really good, like really, really good. Dalton's the rookie of the year, but Castle's potential might be the highest in the draft.
Y'all dudes, I'm watching that San Antonio team. There's no way them dudes is winning 20 more games than what they won last year. There's no way.
They look in the first half, though, too.
When Devin Vassell's back, we'll see.
Oh my God. Ain't no
that's
way.
The savior right there. That's the
more
savior.
games. No way.
I believe in my guy Devin.
Stunner sent through a members chat. He said, "Damn, we ain't even talk about Bradley Beal being good all game for the Suns. 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 4 of 6 from threes made, and Tyus Jones had 8 assists and 0 turnovers.
And then a dogfight.
I think Bill was good. Yeah, I think Bill had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Tyus too.
Yeah, shout out to Tyus Jones. I made that all last year. Crazy point. Like, it was dumb to me that the Suns didn't have a point guard and they thought they was gonna get away with that. That was just ridiculous. No way you thought you was gonna get away with that, but whatever.
Mavs, Luka, Klay, Kyrie said D-Live is going to be a top 50 player this year. 4-0 against Wemby and lock him up every time. He got next. Klay already breaking our 3-point records. Fire emojis.
There's no way.
D-Live solid, man. He surprised me. I thought
D-Live is good.
D-Live solid, man. Top 50 though.
Yeah, you know who else I really like over there? Who we don't really speak of? Jaden Hardy. Yeah, Jaden Hardy got go.
I saw him in high school. Against prolific players.
I think he was the number 1 ranked player in the country.
Yeah, he was. He was NBA.
He was number 2.
He was NBA ready coming out of high school. Like, he was like, he don't need to go to college. Definitely didn't need to go to college.
That was the thing, is like, I was just expecting him to come in and like just move mountains just because he was ranked so high. And like, I was just kind of like, I kind of wrote him off like, oh, he's not really that good. It was just all hype. But the more I watch him play, the more I'm like, no, he can get to it.
They got him for cheap too. Man. That's that narrative.
3 years, 18.
Yeah, that's that narrative I be talking about, man. You give a kid that little spotlight and slow him down. Cam Whitmore gonna go through it. I'm telling you, like, and I hate that for these players. Like, it becomes so political because they control the narrative. I don't know when that's gonna change, but whatever.
Hammerin has been a member for 2 months. He echoed the same thing. He said, Lively is undefeated versus Wemby. Spurs made a mistake?
Troll alert. Woo, 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 woo. Troll alert.
It's not crazy,
Look.
No. I'm not saying that. That was the right pick. You had to make that pick. I did say at the time, like, hey, you never know, you might want to pick Scoot. That was wrong. But look, it's not crazy. It's not crazy to think like maybe Victor's not gonna be as good as we thought he was gonna be. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be a really good player
yesterday.
But it's like maybe this is him. Maybe he doesn't get better.
Or
maybe he is a 7'4" guard. Is that what he said?
No, man.
How many times I gotta say this? The dude is a shooting guard.
Why did he play
that
like
he's
that
working out with Jamal Crawford in the summer? In my opinion,
I don't get why.
That doesn't make any sense.
That wasn't something I wanted to hear.
Vic, go get that bag.
Go get that bag, Vic.
I told y'all last year he's a shooting guard. That's his position. He's not even a stretch forward, chill. He's a shooting guard.
Or maybe
bro, he want to do so much with the ball that he don't have to do, bro.
Jordan, you can't get the bag unless you get the bag. He went to Jamal Crawford and got the bag.
And he don't need no bag. You 7'5".
If you got it, you got it.
Who wants to see a 7'5" dude with Jamal Crawford do?
Chill, it's crazy.
He looked so bad yesterday, bro. It was like, damn.
To Ox's point, well, maybe he is that good. It's just not now. Maybe he is gonna be that guy. It's just not now.
Yeah, but it's okay. You supposed to pick Scoop.
It's okay. It's okay. It's again. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for the people in the cheap seats. It is okay that Victor Wembanyama is the best player in the NBA in year 5. It's okay that he's not the defensive player of the year this year. It's okay that he's the defensive player of the year in year 6. It is okay that he's the best player in the league in year 5. It's okay that he's the league MVP in year 7. That's okay that he's not. He does not have to be that right now, because last I checked, this San Antonio Spurs team is not very good. And if you look at their lineup and you look at what they have, there's no way, even with Vic improving, that they're winning 20 more games. They're not.
I think a lot of reason why they was bad yesterday was because of Wemby, though. He
was a big part of it. Yeah, I can give it that.
Yeah. He wanted to take the guard spot.
Your Highness Charles said, it's hilarious how when it's certain teams, we got to be patient. But when it's other teams or players, he not that. Confirmation bias is crazy.
That's what I said about Julius Randle.
Yeah, definitely confirmation bias. Big thing. Mm-hmm.
Mars, can you just admit that Julius cooked you last night?
No, I said Julius played well.
No, that he cooked you.
No.
All right.
You're not getting that wrong. No, you're not.
SMN R&D said excited.
Stop, Ron. Okay, you're gonna make me nuts with this. Stop saying SMD RM. It's something random.
Chill. I'm reading what his name is. I see an S, I see an M, I see an N.
Someone.
I see an R, I see an N, I see a D.
SMD is crazy, Ron.
Someone random. That's what that is, Ron. You're making me nuts. I can't.
SMN
R&D. How you be doing all that?
Yeah, anyway, Chill. How you know that and it don't say that?
Anyway.
No, I'm just not. It is someone random, but how do you be putting these acronyms together? I guess I'm getting old because young kids text with so much abbreviation. I have no idea what's the deal.
I had a daughter who she saw me with a sweater vest on, so she kind of checked me years ago. So I kind of had to get hip to what was going on with kids.
So you let her make you retire the sweater vest?
The sweater vest, why?
Ox, I thought I was cleaning in the kitchen sink, my dude. My daughter saw my sweater vest. She was like, nah, yo, we can't go out with that, yo. I had to go change. I was like, yo. She saw that. She was like, nah, Dad. I was coming to get her. I was taking her to the movies. Ox, I had on the sky blue sweater vest with the white Air Jordans. Man, I thought I was cleaning in the kitchen sink. She was like, nah, Dad.
Yeah, I haven't worn a sweater vest in a little while, but I used to.
How the hell did Jay Mamba know how old I am, boy? That's crazy as hell.
I thought I was clean. Nope. She was like, nope. I don't think so, brother.
Deontay Haynes is now the new leader of the Brotherhood. I just want to let y'all know that. So y'all go to him for y'all Brotherhood takes.
Shout out the Brotherhood, man. Hey, the Brotherhood.
Hey, the Brotherhood strong, bro. Hey, Deontay, let it be known, brother. Shout out
Brotherhood,
to
steroid strong.
Hey, the boy, the president.
All right, but back to what I was saying about my man SMN. He said excited. I don't want to overreact to one game, but what excited me the most is not the one-dimensional offense on the Mavs side, running defensive schemes.
Different schemes, Ron.
Yeah, it was intriguing. I'm very intrigued to see what Dallas wants to do.
Is it because Klay there? Because Klay is there now. You got a better.
You gotta run more stuff. Yeah,
you got a better floor space as opposed to Hardaway, who Klay is better than him. So you got a better floor spacer, so we can run different actions now with him.
Ron, why you didn't read that super chat?
DSG Piccolo said, Phil was like, I ain't fresh.
I swear to God. And my daughter at that time, she was like 12 or 13 years old. I thought I was cleaning in the kitchen sink. I was like, what? She was like, nah, Dad. Man, I'm talking. You don't know. If you need to be humbled, have a teenage daughter. That will put you right back into reality very quickly. Very quickly.
You got one too?
Nah, not yet, but I got nieces, and I mean, You know, I grew up with girls too.
And
whatever you think you are,
coming.
whatever you think you are, get around your teenage daughter. You will immediately find out what you actually are.
Yeah, they'll help you.
Pimp named Slickback said, "Chill." Mars didn't say that. That's been a meme on Twitter since 2015.
I didn't say what.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on too.
He's right, but I didn't say it. But
probably if you would have read the super chat when you said it, Mars, that probably we
you know how anyway, we got 15 minutes.
W Ron.
Yeah, let's go, Ron.
Thank you, Jordan. In L Brotherhood. JMC. JMC became a member today. Shout out to JMC.
Garbage.
Produced by P, sent through a member's chat. He said Pop might actually be a Tim Duncan merchant.
I ain't trying to hear that.
So
shit.
Rashad McCants is right. So Rashad McCants is right.
Not for 20 years.
Playing in the league. He know what he's talking about.
Not for 20 years. No, not for 20 years. No, I don't think so. Nope, not for 20 years. Kawhi Leonard did not come into the.
He had some
Kawhi Leonard did not come into the league as that. No, he didn't. No, the way he turned into, he did not come into the league as that. He got developed.
I don't know, Chill. I don't know.
He was not a bucket getter. No, he was not a bucket getter.
Tough in high school.
Right. Tough.
Kawhi was beating the top high school teams at his high school.
Sure.
Tough in college. He was dancing too.
Sure. Never was a bucket getter like that though. No, he wasn't.
In high school, he was.
I think at San Diego State, I think he averaged like 14 a game, something like that.
How many NBA guys weren't bucket getters in high school?
I mean, Pat Beverly was a bucket getter. Oh, Derrick Rose wasn't a bucket getter in high school. He wasn't.
The only one I can think of, and I'm not going to start hating, is Bron. Like,
don't you do that.
All right, y'all. Nah, we about to move on. We about to move on. We don't got time.
Don't you do that, boss. That was crazy, boss.
You didn't
but
have
I agree with you. But
so I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
No, I agree with you, boss.
Derrick Rose wasn't a bucket getter in high school.
Ron,
Derrick Rose averaged like 15 a game. Derrick Rose averaged like 15 a game at Simeon. He wasn't killing.
Yeah,
but Derrick Rose was killing in high school.
When he was a junior, when he was a junior, he might have averaged more than that as a senior.
Where's he?
But Ron, to Chill's point though, not only Kawhi, but y'all got to remember the difference in DeMar DeRozan's game from Toronto to when he first got to Chicago, and you can clearly see how he was getting to his spots better. He was on balance coming off them pull-ups. His game switched a little bit, and I think it was more visualizing it better and realizing.
They spoke about that on the Kings broadcast yesterday about how
that's why he's your leading scorer. Because Pop.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. What are you trying to say? Is that supposed to be a
shout out Debo? Shout out DeMar DeRozan.
Our best player is clearly Keegan Murray. I don't care who.
No, it ain't. Come on, man.
If you're the best player, you make the game winner. But I mean,
that was a tough shot. Tough shot.
He shouldn't have double clutched. He should have shot the ball.
He shot it regular. He's
just doing all this shit. Shoot the ball.
I'm watching your crew, Ox. Sacramento winning 50 games this year.
Oh, for sure.
They winning 50 games.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I'll give him more than 28 wins for sure. I'll give him more than 28.
I just wish Alex. I've always been a fan of Alex Lynn. I've been a fan of Alex Lynn since Maryland. I just wish he was a little better. You know
who? Alex Lynn.
You know what I mean?
I got beef for Alex Lynn.
I just wish Alex was just a little.
I got beef for Alex Lynn. Beef for Alex Lynn because the Suns took him over my homeboy, and I didn't understand that. But whatever.
Your draft was at 14.
No, it wasn't a draft. It wasn't a draft. It was like in the offseason. They deliberated. Yeah, they deliberated for like 2 days and came back with Alex Lynn, and then they cut him, and that just tripped me out. But Alex Lynn's 7 feet, so whatever.
The Trib one said Chet better.
He one of them ones, but yeah.
Alan L said Derek Lively is special.
I think he is too, yo. I do.
He's good. He's really good.
D9 said Dub panel, Dub chat. Happy Friday. Shout out Timber Ups.
Timber Pups.
They're not wolves. Pups. That's what he's saying.
Pups. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The Diddler said, what happened to it's just one game, Chill?
It is just one game. I said that.
Hey, I did go to North Shore, though, by the way. Yeah. Somebody just asked me that.
One game. That's it, Diddler. One game.
Shout out North Shore.
No, for Boston, it's 2 games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quan became a member, and, well, he's been a member for 15 months, so shout out to Quan. Appreciate you for sticking around. See you 15 months from now.
Word.
Ray Star said, "Can we please talk about this Kawhi situation?"
What is there to talk about?
Right there.
Yeah, we spoke about it.
We already talked about it.
Yep.
Pimp named Slickback said, "Ron be saying SMD a lot when texting."
You be texting pimp name slip back? That's cute.
He said Ron be doing that.
And you be making those type of requests to him?
Like I said, Ron pull up in the vet and tell everybody get in.
Shout, love is love, man. Love is love.
This is getting a little weird, y'all.
It is.
I agree.
I ain't judging you, Ron. I ain't judging you. Love is love.
Speaking of love is love, the Diddler with the next super chat. He said, "Chill probably got that Carl Winslow fit."
I did not have the Carl Winslow fit, no. But I'll pull up my belt and spank your ass like Carl Winslow. I bet you that. Yes, I will. Talk slick to me.
Damn, chill.
Super chats, man. Super chats.
Dead Op Smoker said, "Mavs NBA champs on BD."
On BD, I feel you.
Mm.
That's crazy. On BD.
Alan L said, "Damn, crazy Marsh Stray."
It was crazy straight, man.
Was it really?
I was not talking about Mars. I was not talking about Mars. Mars picked up on
these guys who ain't never hooped.
No. I wasn't talking about Mars.
These guys only
keep me out of this.
for this. I'm like,
No.
These guys, they can do research and win a debate, but they don't actually know bars. I'm like,
No, after the first two PC episodes, I settled my differences with Mars. Mars, all right with me. It's okay.
Me and Mars have never had any differences on the panel. Maybe the Player's Choice show, but not the panel. I see Mars now. But my thing is, I wasn't talking about you. You know, I say that type of stuff all the time, Mars. You know what I'm saying? I'm not lying though. If somebody is a superb debater, it's easy to convince anybody anything.
All right, you can't talk your way out of this one, buddy.
The shoe just be.
I'm not trying to. I'm not a superb debater.
Oh, clearly.
Box, the glove fits.
Yeah, it's cool. I see.
All right, man.
The Trib One said, "Is it possible that the Nuggets make a real trade?"
Not if they want to keep their core pieces. They'd have to go.
I mean, they just signed everybody, right? So
MPJ's,
MPJ the only one. They just re-up Murray. They just re-up Aaron Gordon. I mean, Joker ain't going nowhere.
And you're not getting anything back for Christian Browns and Peyton Watson, so it'd have to be.
I think you could get something back because they're on rook deals. Like you might be able to get a first round, but that's not what Denver's trying to do.
To help you win, yeah.
Denver's not trying to do that. And what kind of trade value does Russ have right now? You just got him, so I think they stick.
Why do y'all want to trade Russ right now?
I don't want to trade Russ. I do not. I like Russ in that rotation. I love Russ on Denver. Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Dub's World said, "Great transition, Ron. Dub host. LOL." Appreciate you, Dub.
Dub.
We all miss you up here, Dub.
Mm-hmm.
Alan L said, "Yo." Alan L said, "Don't stop gambling." That's crazy. Alan L said, "Don't stop gambling, chat. Keep going."
Don't trick the rent money. Please don't do that. Just don't do that. Because that parlay is not going to hit.
But flip the rent money.
Yeah.
No, please stay away from that logic. You're gonna be honest.
Please don't do that. Please don't.
I'm saying though, you might hit. You might hit.
And I might be sleeping on a mattress in the field.
DeAndre Ayton be sleeping on a mattress?
Yeah. He's got a job though, Mars.
Yeah, for now.
That pays pretty well.
Gambling can pay pretty well.
Antoine L. Host Ron said, "Did anyone see Point Bilal yesterday?"
Yeah, that's what was enticing to me. But Bilal gonna be their best player, like in about a week.
In a week?
You was talking about him last year, Mark. Not this summer that just passed, but last summer. You was talking about him at the draft. And I'm making an effort to watch more bad teams. What do I need to watch with this kid Bilal?
Defensively, he has all the physical tools to be a very good wing defender. Offensively, the flashes of ability as a driver and a slasher are really promising. Last night, I saw flashes of playmaking that I didn't expect. Defensively, he's shown explosiveness to provide rim protection. His off-ball defense is actually pretty good for someone who's a rookie and is dealing with what he was dealing with in Washington. The concerns are the outside shooting, the shot creation. Like, can he be a go-to guy offensively? I doubt he'll be that. But in terms of his value defensively and just like how good he is as a role player offensively, he's very nice. I thought he was a project when he came in, but he was ready to contribute quicker than I thought. So I give him credit for that. But yeah, he's probably their best player right now. But I'm gonna just leave that out and just say he's gonna be their best player sooner rather than later.
I'll pay more.
Hey man, y'all hit this like button, man. Let's get the likes up. As of right now, we are at 465 likes. Can y'all get us up to 800 likes? I know it sounds like a tall task, chat, but it's 1,600 people in here, and we only have 400 likes, which means 1,200 of y'all ain't doing y'all job.
One out of every four you did. One out of every four y'all is hitting the like
button. Ron, I got it, Ron. Everybody that's in that brotherhood, I know it's a lot of y'all. Just hit that like button. Just hit that like button, man. Deontay, get on your folks, bro. Deontay, get on your people. I'm putting you in charge of that brotherhood. Get on them. Tell them like the button.
Brotherhood.
Come on, brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. The Diddler said, Swiper, who interrupts everyone, doesn't want interrupted.
Crazy how that works, right?
Mart said, these Nuggets are the 2018 Cavs.
Yeah.
The finals?
Yeah, but he's saying it's Jokic and
a bunch of, yeah.
Dave said Murray looks fat to me.
He did look like a drunk last night. He kind of looked a little, you know.
It's okay to say it, Jordan. A little dumpy. He does.
Yeah, he did. He
looked a little dumpy.
He looked like he just took a few of them, you know, that Don Julio before the game.
Ron, I don't think we take into account when a guy gets injured, especially their lower extremities, how much it affects their ability to stay in shape. How much it affects their ability to work out. Joel Embiid is a prime example of that.
Thanks, you guys stay body shaming me, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, but chill. But Jordan down here calling Jamal Murray a wino, talking about he over here drinking.
He out the Don Julio. That Don Julio make you.
He said he over here talking about he drinking Mad Dog before the game. What's going on?
Hey, Ox, stop playing. He do not have a fifth. A Mad Dog, yo. No.
That's what it looked like. It looked like Murray came out there on that Don Julio, man.
Don Julio and Trill Burgers.
Yeah, boy. Don Julio
he better hit up harder than learn how to play with that fast.
Whoa. What you know about the Trill Burgers? This is a little home away from home for you, brother.
Hey, man.
Yeah, don't tell me you brought the vet down to the 8. Hey, I know you left.
Hey, down there, Jordan, I couldn't fit 6 in the vet. I could only fit 3, but boy, it was still jam-packed, buddy. Believe that.
Quality over quantity sometimes, brother.
I'll take both.
3? I feel you. I ain't gonna argue with you on that.
Jules said JR sold some of the NBA toughness Chill talks about. JR.
Julius Randle. He showed some of that tough shot making. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Them 5 rebounds, we got to do better than that. They ain't going to get it done. No.
Hoops Never Stops said Ja, Ant, Keegan, Chet, Wemby, the best young 5 in the West.
Ain't no way.
They gotta be. They gotta be. Ox fan. That's Ox. That's Ox.
Ain't no way Keegan Murray better than Şengün.
That's Ox. That's Ox brotherhood.
I agree with this 5. Just take Keegan out and put in Trey Murphy.
No, that don't got nothing to do with Keegan. If somebody got to go, it ain't Keegan.
Hey, Ron, stop with the Trey Murphy logic. He is not better than Keegan Murray, Ron. Stop.
He's better than Cade. So if he's better than Cade, he's better than a lot of them.
He ain't better than Cade. Cade ain't in the West though.
No, he ain't better than Keegan Murray. He is not.
Chill. You see Keegan getting into his ISO bag a little bit.
I did see that.
I'm trying to tell you.
With a little, he don't do a lot with the pill, but he is doing
it. Don't do that.
And now we're hyping his ISO bag. The boy went right to left one time. I've never seen him do that in my life. He didn't even do it at Iowa.
See, that's because you don't be watching, bro. I hate when y'all be acting all informed. You don't watch enough. If you say you've only seen him, you've never seen him do that, but he looks more comfortable with it now. He looks more comfortable as being the wing. That's why I told y'all a couple weeks ago. They got DeMar DeRozan right now to make the strong push. In the meantime, Keegan is still developing, becoming our best perimeter defender, as well as working on his ISO game. And I mean, we don't got to talk about the jump shot. We know what that is. So y'all keep hating on Keegan. That's all right.
Jay is cash too, Ron.
That's all right. Y'all keep hating on Keegan. That's okay. I told y'all what it is.
Mm-hmm. That Jay is definitely cash.
Trey Murphy better than Keegan. Man, I'm out of here, bro. I gotta go. I got dinner.
Yeah, dinner's the boy, man.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Hoops Never Stops said Hallie, Maxey, Brandon Miller, Paulo, and Mobley. East, Young 5.
I could get with that.
No Cade? Damn.
LaMelo's not interesting.
In and out the lineup, boss.
David said Denver needs Curry/Wiggins for Murray and MPJ trade.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Pimp named Slickback said Jordan, your mic, brother.
Yeah, when you had gotten into it with Swiper, your mic was going.
Well, it's a bit late for that now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't even have my mic plugged up. That was fool's go. I was fooling.
Yeah, you came back and you was hot. Mm-hmm.
Patrick Lavender said the Celtics are going back to back.
Probably.
Yeah.
Desarmo said Luka clears that 50-year-old virgin playing fraud. 50 win virgin playing fraud in Denver.
No, he does not.
Luka good at basketball though.
He is really good at basketball. Yes, he is.
Brax the Bandit said Ron doing taxes while MFers yelling about blow-bys.
Would you focus, Ron? Would you
Ron,
focus?
Ron not ready to host the show, but
what are you doing, Ron?
Taxes.
What are you? Okay, I know you gotta get with
What's
Uncle
more
Sam.
important, my taxes or blow-bys?
No, you definitely can get with Uncle Sam, but you working right now. Uncle Sam recognizes that you working.
No, he don't. If I don't do them taxes.
Oh yeah, you gonna get to it. I'm working right now though. Yeah, that's why I got to do taxes because I'm working.
Straw Hat Dennis sent through an empty super chat, but shout out Straw Hat.
Word.
Heartless Bear or Rosina said, was Luka not hurt as well?
Yeah,
he was a bit compromised.
Yeah, he was, no doubt. I'm just 100% confident I wouldn't have heard none of that if y'all don't win an NBA championship. I wouldn't have heard that.
The Diddler said, Ron said 65 questions in 65 minutes. LOL.
We knew we weren't getting through that, so anyways.
Pimp named Slickback said, hey, yo.
Cheer.
I ain't judging you guys' conversations.
Your Highness Charles said the Nuggets are going to have to trade MPJ, in my opinion.
We'll see.
Alan L said L Dub. The L calling the L and L. I like it. Guard Up or Shut Up said Bilal was getting cooked in the midi.
There's some tough shots going in over him. Jason Tatum got a couple tough ones on him. I was like, fair enough.
All right, y'all. We will be back on Monday, but Chill with Chill will be back tomorrow, and maybe we'll see y'all on playback this weekend. In the meantime, shout out to Dubs World for becoming a member once again, and also to get you some Napoleon ice cream this weekend. Treat yourself.
Oh my God.
We out, y'all.
Later.
W brotherhood, W brother.